person was killed in an ICE-involved shooting. ABC's Olivia Rubin has more.
There are still so many questions here, including who that individual was, what the specific federal immigration agency was, what the circumstances of this shooting exactly were. It, of course, comes in the context of a number of other fatal shootings involving federal immigration authorities. Just recently, that shooting in Houston, a man was killed there. And, of course, the two fatal shootings of two American citizens, Renee Good and Alex Preddy in Minnesota, which caused substantial backlash to the president's immigration policies.
Escalations between the U.S. and Iran leading to more uncertainty in the Strait of Hormuz. After Iran announced the critical shipping waterway was closed again, President Trump says the U.S. will reimpose its naval blockade and charge a toll for cargo ships. On Wall Street, stocks are trading lower this hour due to uncertainty of the war. This is ABC News. A new survey finds the percentage of Americans who have tried GLP-1s for weight loss has never been higher.
The Gallup organization surveyed 5,000 people spread across all 50 states, finding that 15% of them have tried GLP-1 drugs since they hit the market, and about 11% are on them now. That's more than triple the percentage of 2024. The Gallup National Health and Wellbeing Index doesn't draw conclusions, but did find that the national obesity rate has fallen to 36.4% of the population, 5.5% lower than in 2022. Jim Ryan, ABC News.
In Massachusetts earlier today, nurses went back to work at Brigham's and Women's Hospital in Boston. It follows the largest nursing strike and lockout in Massachusetts history. That ended. Nearly 4,000 nurses went on a one-day strike last week. The hospital got temporary workers and had them work through the weekend. Striking nurses are asking for better raises and benefits. Michelle Franzen, ABC News.
The man accused of an attempted kidnapping at Pike Place Market is headed to court this afternoon. That's one story coming up. But first, your KIRO News Radio traffic. Linwood to Seattle taking you 25 minutes. You're slow from Northgate all the way into downtown as we recover from an earlier stall near Ravenna that really gummed things up for a while. North 5, you're looking good. Up in Canyon Park, South 405, you're going to jam up at Damson Road down to 527, where we recently cleared a collision to your right shoulder. Linwood to Bellevue, a half hour. South 405 in Bellevue has scattered backups really approaching I-90 down to the Renton Landing. Bellevue to Renton, still looking at a decent 15-minute commute. And North 405, you're heavy through the Renton S-curves. This report brought to you by KIRO News Radio.
KIRO News Radio, 97.3 FM, Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good afternoon. I'm Nate Connors. The man accused of attempted kidnapping at Pike Place Market is back in court today. Investigators say the suspect approached a family Thursday morning, complimented their child, then grabbed the stroller. Douglas Wagner with the King County Prosecuting Attorney's Office tells KIRO 7 TV.
An attempted kidnapping, that's really concerning behavior. That's why we saw prosecutors ask for the high bail amount.
The baby's grandmother kicked the suspect to create space while the child's parents got the family to safety. He's being held in the King County Jail on $100,000 bail. Washington State Patrol has activated a missing indigenous person alert for a 13-year-old Renton boy. Police are searching for Isaiah Bullplume, who was last seen July 3rd along 121st Avenue Southeast. He's 5'6", about 150 pounds, with black hair and brown eyes. He was last seen wearing a black T-shirt with a cartoon image on the back, white and gray shorts, long socks, and slides. He also went missing last September. If you see him, call 911. You can see a photo of him at mynorthwest.com. A fast-moving wildfire near Quincy has burned 280 acres and forced evacuations near the popular Ancient Lakes. The Columbia Basin Herald reports the fire broke out Saturday night and grew from just a few acres to nearly 300 by yesterday morning. The Grant County Sheriff's Office initially issued a Level 3 Go Now order, but downgraded it to a Level 2 yesterday afternoon. No one was hurt and no buildings are threatened. The fire is burning about 5 miles from the Gorge Amphitheater. And today, one of the Chinatown's International District's most popular restaurants will close on weekdays, with the owner pointing to crime concerns about the area. KIRO 7 TV's Heather Bosch reports.
Owner Vince Zhao says Joy Al Seafood is only open now for special occasions and weekend brunch. There's not enough business at other times. The restaurant's reputation for dim sum and other delicacies is overshadowed by the CID's reputation for
crime, They don't want to see homeless. They don't want to see drugs. They don't want to see people smoking, pee, poop all over the place.
Last month, Mayor Katie Wilson promised a crackdown on crime and new investment in the CID. Neighbors say previous administrations have said that too, and the efforts, they say, always fall short.
And now your KIRO News Radio weather. Mostly sunny all week. It's looking great with highs bouncing between the upper 70s and low 80s. 78 this afternoon. Some high clouds out there, but it's mostly sunny and 67 in downtown. I'm Nate Connors, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news, serving Western Washington and the world with the KIRO News Radio app. Always streaming live on your smart speakers. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
And now, it's time for the Jake and Spike Show on KIRO News Radio. With your hosts, Jake Skorheim and Spike O'Neill.
Behold, a fiendish masterpiece from the bowels of hell. Mondays, boy, I hate Mondays. They make me so steamed. Weekends, I go for the weekends.
Son of a to you, sir.
You, sir. You, sir.
Welcome Monday. Jake Skorheim here, sitting alongside Spike O'Neill.
Happy Monday, brother.
We both got a piping hot cup of coffee. We both got a lot of stuff to talk
Come
about.
Come on, world. Come on. Bring your best shit.
Tell you what, the world can't handle bison. We're going to get into that in just a minute. Can't handle bison. Get out of the way of a bison.
Man.
Yeah, we'll talk about that in just a minute. Crazy bison attack. Wild bison attack in Yellowstone. And you know what? It's a local. We're trying to get him on the show, even from his hospital bed. We're like, we don't care. We want to get this guy on the show. He needs to explain to the people what the heck happened. We'll talk about that in just a few minutes. We also have, in just a minute, we have a great question of the day related to this wild animal attack. 1 o'clock, we're going to do the 1 o'clock rundown. We got a lot of great stories. We'll do the top stories coast to coast. Just a heck of a show, I got to say. I mean, should we just dive right into it?
We better. Got too much. We always lollygag. We don't get to the good stuff.
Let me lollygag for one more second,
sure.
Because I heard something at the top of the hour news break. Did not plan on talking about this. Did you hear that restaurant in the CID, Chinatown International District?
Yes, I did.
Is saying that conditions are so bad that it is not feasible for them to stay open during the weekdays and only during the weekends.
They'll open Saturday, Sundays, close Monday through Friday.
How do you run a business when you're just wiping? What is that? I can't do the percentages. Give me percentages. You're good with percentages.
72%.
5 of 7 days.
72%.
72% of the days that you could be open, you're willing to say, hey, you know what? Things around here are so bad.
It's just
They said because of the human feces,
crime,
and crime,
street life, drug use, public defecation.
That should be, if I were
that gets your frowny face on the little health card sign in the front window.
It's tough on the Yelp when it's not open because of exterior feces.
I mean, so criminals take the weekend off?
Well, no,
why do they feel like that? So are they going to be able to clean things up on Friday, have a work party?
No, I think they're
Friday
saying
afternoon?
that it's out of desperation. I'm sympathizing with the business.
Well, so am I.
I think they're saying like because of desperation, we have to only be open on 2 days a week, and we're willing to say like, hey, if we could be more open more days and our customers could rely on a better experience, we would. But we still need to figure out how to make money, and we're going to have to target the two most profitable days for our business. We're going to stay
Saturday,
open.
Sunday?
It must be.
It must be.
You're talking
they
about
get a lot of foot traffic down there, right? The working class, usually downtown restaurants.
I would think a huge part of the dim sum crowd is a lot of weekend stuff.
Okay. The only time I've been to this particular restaurant.
Is it good?
Very, very good. But we went during the week. It was a work lunch.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if only there were a local community organization or, I don't know, maybe an elected official elected to represent this group of business owners and residents.
Yep.
Then maybe these concerns could be brought to them and they could air their grievances at some sort of, I don't know, public hearing.
Like a mayor?
Somewhere. Someone they could appeal
like a city
to.
Council? Somebody they could appeal to?
Maybe a council of these elected officials representing various segments of the city.
This should scare them. I mean, like, I know we're being like tongue-in-cheek because
it should.
But this should scare Seattle leadership hugely. And from everybody who kind of like operates outside of the bubble of Seattle, like there's a lot of people that we have as listeners up in Snohomish County, which is where I live, or down in Pierce County. We all kind of look at Seattle and we go like, why do you guys allow this stuff? And I know that I'm not saying that crime doesn't exist in these other places.
Oh, it is a little more concentrated.
But it's a little more concentrated in this
I'll give
area
you
where
that.
the ideology seems to, equate the people living on the street. We had the story last week about the Seattle Public School District's headquarters, and they were like begging the city, saying, like, guys, we're literally putting in things that are against the law just to keep people who are living on the street and doing things against the law from infringing on our ability.
At the advice of the Parks and Rec
At the advice of the people running the parks.
Even they know it's the right thing to do, and the only choice they have.
Is to put up these eco blocks, which the city then says you can't have eco blocks. The whole thing is wild, but not as wild as this bison thing. Let's get to this bison thing, which is what we originally intended on talking about. There was a guy I saw this video. Did this come across your feed?
It came across my feed, but then I saw it on, I think it was Good Morning America.
I think it went across.
Yeah,
it went viral everywhere. Yeah. Everyone saw it. It doesn't matter what kind of stuff you're normally into. This crossed over everybody's timeline.
Interesting point, because your feed is so much different than mine.
It is very different. In fact, we thought we'd have some fun with that. And today at 12, are we doing this 12:45? Or are we going to do 1:45?
1:45, yeah.
We're going to check our feeds. We're not telling each other what's the most popular story on the different things that we're looking at, but the things that you look at and the things that I look at, that the internet presents to us.
The things I'm fed.
The things that we are fed.
By my algorithm.
Yeah.
What they tell me is the biggest story in the world.
Very different on both of our perspective platforms. So we will introduce whatever the biggest story is at 1:45 to each other.
Different worlds. We'll be playing in different worlds.
We live in different worlds, and yet
this one,
we're sitting right next to each other.
And this story crossed over.
Okay, this is crazy. This 65-year-old guy, if you haven't seen the video, we're going to show it here in just a second so you can get lined up with us. This will be fun on the YouTubes. Go to KIRO Newsradio 97.3 FM on YouTube, and you can watch live with us or download the app. But that seems like you can download the app, but you can check us out on YouTube. Anyway, this guy, he's 65 years old. He's from Whatcom County. Did you see that?
I did see that, yeah.
He's near this bush and taking a picture of near the tree.
It's hard to figure out where he is exactly he's in Yellowstone Park. Let's start with that.
Yeah. He's in Yellowstone Park.
He and numerous other visitors to the park. By the way, America's National Parks record attendance so far this summer.
250.
Record attendance.
People are taking the opportunity.
They
250
are.
For sure.
And we're talking about there's parked cars, there's people standing around everywhere. And this gentleman and his grandson are at a safe distance. Usually when you hear about a launch,
100% safe.
Bison launch is far too common. Where people think they're going to go snuggle up to a big fuzzy, cute monster and get a little selfie.
And you see these videos where you go, why are they walking up so close?
Right.
These guys are a good distance.
Yeah.
And when I say 100% safe, obviously that's not true because he's viciously attacked. But
that begs the question.
He is not 100% safe.
How close is too close?
You would assume that he would be. I would assume that he would be safe. Anyway, let's watch the video together, and then we can. Okay, so he's standing at a distance. This big giant bison is in the dirt, and he's kind of
he's rolling around in the dirt,
rolling around doing his thing.
Look at him, there he goes. Yeah.
And then a white truck drives by, and he seems to take offense to this white truck.
You think it's a truck?
Well,
interesting. No, that's great.
It's almost like a matador waving a red flag, and the truck drives by. This thing takes off towards it, but then the truck speeds off because it's smart, and then the bison just keeps going. He sees a 65-year-old man from Whatcom County who starts running around these trees.
He's literally trying to hide from this bison.
Yes.
He's in a grove of small trees, probably, 10 to 12 foot in height, with trunks about 8 to 12 inches.
Enough that he's like, if this guy were a little younger, he probably could have gotten away from this thing.
Oh, no. Bison weigh 2,000 pounds and can hit 30 miles an hour.
Look at this guy. Whoosh.
This is
8 feet in the air. I saw this was paired up. This has become a meme, obviously, all over the internet. But this guy was, he's fine, which is why we can talk about it in jest.
Yeah, he's in the hospital recovering in stable condition.
Look at the
multiple
height.
Broken bones.
Look at the height of his foot. He's flipped upside down. He's thrown up like a rag doll.
Yeah, he's completely
I would
rodeo
say
clowned.
His foot's probably 12 or 13 feet off the ground right there. His head.
Yeah.
Because he's facing down at the ground and his feet are up above him. I would say his head is probably 8 feet off the ground.
Good 8 to 10 feet. Yeah, we've caught him at the apex of his launch.
Yeah.
I hate this. My first thought was somewhere in a prairie clearing or a grove of trees.
Yeah.
Bison stand around a TV, and they're getting the report from their sports channel, and they're giving grades for the launch. We joke because the gentleman's going to be fine.
Yeah, if he had died, obviously we wouldn't be.
Right, we wouldn't be doing. Oh no, some people would, maybe us. I don't know. But this,
you're right. Bison just standing around. He's like, "You see what I did?
Ooh, look at that lift.
That's a top 5 toss.
Top 5 toss of the year. It's a Sports Center top 5.
So what's crazy about this is, I guess that this bison was, it's mating season for the old bison. Did you know that?
I did not.
Yeah, it's mating season.
Oh, interesting.
So they're doing a lot of stuff right now. They're peacocking. And this is, well, they get a little bit. I'll tell you what, when it's mating season in my house.
I've seen Urban Cowboy. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Exactly. And I'll tell you what, just like this big bull in my house, if somebody were to take pictures of me during mating season, I might charge at them.
Plus, you're showing off a little bit for the ladies.
It's exactly what I'm doing.
You know he's showing off for the females, yeah.
I'm trying to impress my wife. If somebody comes out and starts like ogling me or making fun of me in some way, or like I'm perceiving that as some sort of a threat, I'm probably going to step up and try to get large. I wouldn't be able to toss him like this guy does. This is amazing.
And terrifying.
And terrifying. So I took some pictures. This will be fun, Spike. Almost exactly 3 years ago to the day, because what is today? July 13th. Laura, can you post these photos that I sent to you? I'm going to show you how.
I just had to watch the video one more time.
Oh, that's totally fine.
It is addicting. Sorry.
I want to show you, Spike, some pictures that I took. I was with my family in Yellowstone 3 years ago today. I believe this was on July 16th, 2023. Today is July 13th as we're speaking, 2026. That's how close I was to a bison.
Oh.
And I assumed, look how beautiful that thing is. It's a magnificent animal.
It is.
Now, had I known that it was mating season, I probably would have rolled my window up. Look at this thing.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. And he's just walking by. He's 3 feet from my car. Now, there's really nowhere for me to go. And the way it works in Yellowstone is these animals are roaming around and they're just kind of doing their thing. And what you do when you're in Yellowstone, you've been to Yellowstone.
I have.
Okay. What you do, because you know this, but for the audience, they're just everywhere. And they tell you when you go in, the park rangers, they say, hey, those bison, fuzzy, adorable looking, stay the hell away from them.
Yeah.
Because they are giant and they will kill you if they get the chance. If they feel threatened, they're very territorial.
Very.
If they feel threatened, they're going to charge at you. They seem docile because they're moving so slow, but that's just a big hunk of meat and muscle.
It's a 2,000-pound horned monster that can hit 30 miles an hour. 30 miles an hour they can
Who's
hit.
feeling randy.
Yeah, and territorial.
And territorial. And look at the haunches on that thing. Just imagine that coming full bore at you. And so when we were there, we rented a cabin in Lake Yellowstone. And right next to Lake Yellowstone, and there was in the campground in the cabin campground area that we were at. They knew, and they called him Ted. His name was Ted.
Oh, okay.
He had a name, and they told us all that Ted's very comfortable around people, but you should not be comfortable around Ted.
That's a one-way street.
And so this is what they would tell us, so these places that we rent, like these tiny little cabins, and they had one door to get out. Ted often would lay down at the base of our stairs right outside our little cabin. And they told us, they said, yeah, so Ted, he'll burrow right here a lot. Like he'll just kind of lay down. You can see like the fluffy area, where he's like gotten into the dirt, that kind of a hole he's dug. Kind of like a pig, kind of like roots around, gets comfy.
It's a little cooler.
Yeah. If he's laying there, you just have to stay in your cabin. And there's nothing we can do about it.
You can't move Ted.
You're not supposed to move Ted. Don't try to hop over him. Don't try to walk around him.
Ted does not respect schedules.
He does not
care. He's on Ted time.
Ted doesn't give two bleeps.
Wow.
And so, but these things are everywhere, and they're magnificent to behold, but unfortunately they do, from time to time, they will gore you.
Well, yeah, and when we first started this segment, we talked about far too often you see people that get far too comfortable with nature, and they want to take selfies. That was not the case for this gentleman.
No.
He was a good 50, 100 feet away from this bison, and then this bison charged at him. And maybe it was the white van.
It could have been the story. So here's our question of the day. I'd like you guys to get lined up on these, and we're going to read some of these in just a little bit. Our question of the day is, have you ever had any crazy animal encounters? It doesn't have to be bison, doesn't have to be Yellowstone, but there is a thing that happens when you see animals in nature. You just assume that's approachable. Because I'm in nature, it's in nature.
Yeah.
Why don't I approach it? It's a bad instinct, but
it's totally a bad instinct.
But it's one that we all have.
We keep telling people,
don't approach these animals. But if you ever had any of these, you can hit us up on the Muckleshoot Casino Resort text line, 888-973-5476. I imagine there'll be a few of these.
That could be, bear in your yard.
Could be a raccoon.
Cougar.
Coyotes. Coyote. You just keep naming animals. I'll keep repeating them.
Okay. Mine.
Snake.
Well, yeah, of course.
You have one?
Oh, dude, I've got numerous foreign and domestic.
Give me one.
I'll give you
We're coming back to this at 1:30 with your text, so get those in.
I'll give you one no one else will, well, I don't think anyone else will possibly have.
All right.
We were touring Africa with World Vision, and we had been in the out country, the back country, whatever I don't know the vernacular is. But then when your trip is over, they kind of bring into a kind of a nicer, civilized. We leave back for the States tomorrow.
A little resorty feeling.
Yeah. Get a hot shower.
Sure.
Sleep in a bed without a mosquito net for once. It's great.
Have a hot rock massage.
Yeah, whatever. Nature. They said there's a herd of zebra that populate the grounds.
Zebra?
A herd of zebra. And they're and they are beautiful. And they are deadly.
Zebra are deadly?
Well, they will trample. They will run. They will trample you. They will trample you. Easily. They will bite you. Do not try to approach a pet. Don't get a selfie with a zebra.
Okay, when I watched Swiss Family Robinson, they made a pet of a zebra.
Well, was that not realistic? That was a professional. It was a well-trained. He had a SAG
Hollywood
card.
zebra. You're right.
Yeah. Took smoke breaks. He brought female zebras to his trailer. He
had a vicious smoking problem.
Old school Hollywood. No, but I mean, and we're talking
that's insane.
We're talking, I think, maybe 18, 20, 24 zebra. And they were all their backs were to my shoulders.
They're big. I didn't realize they were that big animals.
Well, I mean, horse. If you think about horses, they're just stripy horses.
It's a striped horse.
I don't know a lot, but it's like zebra. I mean, like a herd
never
of zebra.
in a million years. See, that's one of those instincts that is so stupid because if I walked out there and I saw a zebra, immediately in my head I go, "Oh, Swiss Family Robinson! Yeah. I can ride atop that zebra."
Hey, fruit stripe gum. I know you. Sure.
Exactly.
Yeah. No, wild animals are wild animals.
Toys R Us. No, that was a giraffe.
Giraffe. Got a giraffe story too, but we'll save it for another time.
Do you really?
Sure.
Are they dangerous as well? They'll pop you with their neck.
No, that from a distance. I got to see. I saw one in the wild.
Okay.
I saw one in nature in the wild as we were driving. We weren't on safari. We're just traveling from one village to a development project.
Yeah.
With World Vision, and there was a family of zebra or of a giraffe.
Giraffe.
Yeah.
That's unreal.
It puts things in perspective. But which I can understand why when people see a bison in a state park, it is why you go to state parks.
That's why people go to Yellowstone. You go to take pictures of these things, and everybody,
We saw a moose in Glacier with a tour guide. He's like, no,
stay away from moose.
No, we're staying way over here, folks.
Yeah, get away.
And
from
no noise. Don't call him. Don't get his attention to get his face in your picture.
Isn't a moose one of the deadliest animals in nature?
Size and speed, yeah, you bet.
It's
Absolutely.
super territorial.
Super territorial.
I think there's more moose deaths per year than shark attacks.
Yeah, but people.
Why isn't anyone making a moose?
Why is
like
it Moose
Jaws,
Week? Where's
but
Moose Week on National Geographic? Huh? Where's Moose?
Sharks get such a bad
NATO. Moose NATO.
100%. 100%. Just moose going crazy.
Sharks do have bad PR. Sharks have really bad PR.
And those moose are out there just killing people indiscriminately, left and right.
Because I think it's Bullwinkle. They're riding that love.
That's the problem. Is everybody's making all of these animals into these lovable, silly cartoons.
Yeah.
And when I see Bullwinkle, it sends a chill down my spine. Because I know statistically that if I got too close to Bullwinkle, he'd run me right over.
It's a deadly
and
animal.
he'd kill me. I don't care what Rocky says about it. He would do it. I believe he would do it. But this is scary stuff. So watch out for the bison. Very dangerous.
Real quick before we move on, I know we're almost out of time. Laura found a picture of this gentleman from, 4 years ago, right?
Who, this 65-year-old fella?
The individual who was run down by a...
We have his name. What's his name? Carl Isom McDaniel. He's from... does he want us to know his name?
Well, no, it's in the story. He's out there
in the air.
We reached out to his hospital. See if he's up for a conversation.
Do you think you could have outrun this thing?
No way.
You don't think so?
He was trying.
I could outrun him.
No, dude. And you're maybe.
No, I'm in peak physical condition.
So's Carl.
I would have. No, Carl's not. He's got suspenders on. That's all I need to say.
Look at this picture of him. Okay,
you think I couldn't outrun that guy?
You could outrun Carl.
I could outrun Carl.
No, you're right. You don't have to be the second slowest guy. You're right.
If I was there with Carl,
yeah,
you know who didn't get run over? Carl's grandson, who's standing right next to him.
Look what Carl's wearing.
Is he wearing
the exact same outfit 4 years ago to the day?
Well, that's not fair. Might just.
He's got a gray shirt.
I wear this same thing every day.
Yeah.
As do you.
Yeah.
But we have different versions of the same thing.
I guess, but that's
because he's a man over a certain age.
What he's wearing. I wonder if that was what triggered the bison.
You know what it might have been? It's mating season
It is,
for that
man.
bison, and he might. I can tell that Carl's kind of a muscular guy
He's
underneath
got that
all
long
that
facial
beard.
hair. Yeah.
He's putting off a musk, and I think that bison smelled some of that, and he went competitor. So he should take that as a compliment. In fact, use that, Laura, when you request him. Tell him I'm complimenting his musk.
Out of every visitor to that park, he chose you.
He zeroed in on Carl and went, whoa.
This will impress the females.
I take that back because you'll notice in my pictures, those bison didn't give 2 cares about me sitting right there. They said nothing. He has no musk. All right. We have other serious things to talk about.
Hey.
Seahawks have a new owner.
Yeah.
Should we get Mike Salk on?
Can we?
Explain to us about the massive price of this team.
Yes.
And the family that owns it. It's very interesting stuff. Mike Salk's going to join us next. Stick around.
This hour is brought to you by Sunset Auto Family.
Subscribe to the G and Ursula Show on YouTube and watch live or later.
This was a massive moment.
First, let me ask a question. Have you ever had gumbo?
Yes. Goodness.
All different flavors. The goodness. That's what 6 matches here. Everything around the stadium, something you can tell us about as well, you around the stadium, has been nothing but a big old pot of gumbo.
G and Ursula, 9 to noon on KIRO News Radio.
This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles with an auto warranty about to expire or with no warranty coverage at all. Due to a decline in the economy, CarShield is announcing a low-cost month-to-month vehicle protection plan that is now available to the public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Call now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly. Pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for all drivers to call for a free quick quote. Call 800-330-8323 now. Drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is at an all-time low. Additionally, drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Call us for your free quick quote today. 800-330-8323. That's 800-330-8323. What do you have to lose? Call 800-330-8323. Again, 800-330-8323.
Don't wait. Insulate. Last year, American Crawl Space and Pest Services gave over $2 million in insulation rebates from PSE, more than any provider in the state. If your home was built before 1990, you're eligible for recouping up to 95% of insulation replacement costs. Insulate with American Crawl Space and keep your home warm during the winter and cool during the summer.
American Crawl, the heroes you call.
Not all roofs are created equal, and not all warranties are either. This is Justin Shirley, CEO of State Roofing and Exteriors. Right now, take advantage of free lifetime Golden Pledge warranties on all GAF shingle installations and save up to $3,000 or choose 0 down, 0 payments, and 0 interest up to 24 months. Summertime savings won't last forever. Protect your home with a roof you can count on for decades. Call 866-ROOF-ROOF or visit stateroofing.com today. Held to a higher standard since 1968.
Point! Hey, you okay? You don't normally miss those shots.
I just haven't been as regular lately, and it's making me feel sluggish.
You should try Metamucil. It's been a game changer for me. Metamucil's plant-based psyllium fiber helps trap and remove the waste that weighs you down. Ace, you're moving better than you were last week.
Definitely.
Metamucil keeps you moving. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Learn more at metamucil.com.
And the match is about to begin.
Most of the team is out with COVID-19, so there'll be some substitutes tonight.
What's this? We have an unexpected guest on the field.
It's a dog. Well, they could do with extra players.
She's going for the ball.
Are front paws hands or feet?
Soccer season is full of surprises, and COVID-19 could be one of them. If you test positive, prescription medications may help. Ask your doctor if they're right for you. Learn more at PfizerForAll.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Life doesn't have to slow you down just because costs are up. At Subaru of Puyallup, fuel-efficient models help you go farther with the confidence of all-wheel drive. And you have to experience the newly redesigned Subaru Outback with bold styling, advanced safety, an upgraded touchscreen, and even more capability. For stress-free pricing, a huge selection, and current offers, stop by Subaru of Puyallup, your stress-free dealership, part of the Harnish Auto family. Visit SubaruofPuyallup.com.
Tune in to The Money Professor with Chris Longworth.
Having some certainty about your plan is definitely going to give you all the advantages.
Chris has the heart of an educator.
If you really want to do this correctly, then you get to enjoy every day of retirement like it's a Saturday. And if you don't, it's a Monday for the rest of your life.
Tune in to The Money Professor with Chris Longworth, Saturdays at 8 a.m. right here on KIRO Newsradio 97.3 FM.
Hey, I'm not one to say I told you so, but do you remember last year when I told you that Pure Talk was hands down the best wireless company that I'd ever used? Well, some of you were skeptical, but Consumer Reports just asked 120,000 people to rate every wireless company in America, including the big boys. Well, guess which company was the only company to get 5 stars in every category? Yeah, Pure Talk. Coverage, support, value, data. 5 stars across the board. No service contracts, no cancellation fees, just great U.S. customer service on a crazy fast 5G network for a fraction of what you've been paying. I'm not going to say I told you so, but I will encourage you one more time to dial pound 250, say micro, and switch to a 5-star American wireless company that won't let you down. Pure Talk.
Guys, your testosterone level impacts your energy, drive, weight, hair loss, and even ED. Revive Men's Health Seattle will check your T level for free. For your free T level check, exam, and consultation, call 206-529-1111 or visit revivemenshealth.com.
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good afternoon. I'm Nate Connors. So, what do we know about billionaire Victor Kosla? The venture capitalist and co-founder of Sun Microsystems is the leader of the group that is buying the Seattle Seahawks for a record $9.6 billion. ESPN NFL reporter Seth Wickersham tells 710 Seattle Sports.
People who know him, they wouldn't describe him as cutthroat, but he's someone who he never loses. And, I think that's a positive sign, I think for an owner coming in, but we'll see how it plays out. I mean, nobody truly knows.
The deal still needs approval from NFL owners, and Sock will be in to talk with, more on this with Jake and Spike in moments. All right. Gas prices in Seattle are down about 9 cents from last week, averaging around $5.20 a gallon. But KIRO News Radio's manufacturer says don't get too comfortable.
Oil prices jumped 4% to start the week, up to around $74 a barrel. Gas Buddy analyst Patrick DeHaan says most states are already seeing prices climb again, driven by two things: Middle East tensions and Ukrainian attacks on nearly a dozen Russian oil refineries.
Russia produces out of probably about 1 out of 9 barrels of diesel.
The nation's strategic petroleum reserve is also at its lowest level since 1983.
At the end of the summer, we will still be seeing an SPR that's quite low and very uncomfortable given these new escalations.
Amanda Factor, KIRO News Radio.
A Whatcom County man is in the hospital after a bison launched him about 8 feet into the air at Yellowstone National Park. Cascadia Daily News identified him as 64-year-old Carl Issam McDaniel, a community leader who sits on several local boards. It happened Friday evening at Bridge Bay Campground. A professional photographer caught the whole thing on video, and it's gone viral, and you can see it at mynorthwest.com. Issam McDaniel suffered broken bones but is in stable condition. Wildfires continue to cause widespread devastation across Washington state, impacting communities in areas like Okanagan and Vantage. KIRO 7 TV's Jake Chapman reports.
Morgan Howe says her friend Benjamin Stockdale, a volunteer firefighter in Vantage, was battling the Ryegrass Coulee wildfire when his own home went up in flames.
He chose to go help other people and make sure the fire wasn't drawing near to other houses and homes.
A selfless act, Howe says, describes her friend.
When I talked to him, he was like, yeah, like everyone's safe. And I was like, you lost your home. And he was like, but everyone's safe.
And in the midst of all the devastation, communities are coming together to help their neighbors rebuild.
And a check at Wall Street, stocks are tumbling with the latest escalation of U.S. and Iran tensions. The Dow down 185, S&P 500 down nearly 65, and the NASDAQ down 430. And now check out your KIRO News Radio traffic in Snohomish. A collision has all lanes closed on northbound 9 between Highway 2 and 32nd Street. No estimated time for this to reopen. Canyon Park, South 405. We're still heavy between Damson Road and 527, where a collision is on your right shoulder. Linwood to Bellevue, plan on a half-hour trip. Linwood to Seattle, we're down to 20 minutes. You're still slow from Northgate into downtown. North 405, heavy through those Renton S-curves. And Tacoma to Olympia, a 40-minute commute. You've got scattered slowing between Lacey and Olympia. And now look at your weather. It is great all week, mostly sunny. 78 this afternoon, 81 Tuesday, 83 Wednesday. Thursday we'll see some clouds and a slight chance of morning showers. Otherwise, afternoon sun and Thursday's high around 77. Where it's sunny and 70 in downtown Seattle, I'm Nate Connors, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
All right, welcome back to the show. Mike Salk from the Brock and Salk Show joins us now. The Seahawks might have a new owner. Is this signed, sealed, and delivered?
Pretty close. The league will vote on August 26th in their league meeting, all the owners. But yes, this is a slam dunk, done deal. Vinod Khosla, his family is going to lead the group that bought the Seahawks over the weekend, and there will be more minority investors. Those names are still being worked out. They're still to come. The Khosla family, though, is pretty interesting. It is Vinod, who is the leader. He's the guy who started Sun Microsystems along with a few other folks in the late 70s, early 80s, made a tremendous amount of money with a very successful early tech firm, and then took that money and brought it really into the VC venture capital world, where he was an early investor in Square and in NextGen and in DoorDash and a lot of other companies. So the guy picks
winners. That's what he does. He picks winners.
Not just picks, but also I think helps foster winners, I think is fair to say. I like the idea of a venture capitalist and somebody who's built a business in ownership as opposed to, say, private equity, which takes existing winners and tries to make them more streamlined or strip mined, essentially.
Yeah.
I like the idea of some or a hedge fund who's always making bets again. Like, I like somebody who is building something and fostering growth, and that's really the job of an owner. So I don't know what kind of an owner the family is going to be. He seems brilliant. His wife is brilliant. She's a molecular biologist. She's going to be involved. By all accounts, their son Neil is about 33, 34 years old. He's brilliant. He's going to be involved. They're big on AI. They're big on education. They're analytics. They're just smart people. And so I feel reasonably good about where this heads now for the Seahawks.
What's the price tag and how does that come into play?
$9.6 billion. It is the most ever paid for an NFL team, second most for an American sports franchise after the Lakers, who went for $10 billion last year. So enormous money. That means a couple of things to me, probably two big things. One, I know I heard from some people out there, most of whom had an agenda, that the millionaire tax was going to ruin the Seahawks sale or something like that. Well, that wasn't true. $9.6 billion. People seem to be just fine with the economic climate here in Washington and in Seattle and betting on the long-term future of it. Yeah, that was not a problem at all. And while I appreciate people bringing it up, they were doing that for clicks and not because there was ever any reality to that situation.
There were stories floating around that there was like lesser interest and maybe your initial predictions were a little bit on the high side.
I mean, there were two big bidders here at the end, and there may not have been as much local interest, which is not unheard of in the modern day sports world, where, it's hard to find somebody to pay $9 billion in your town.
Sure.
Sometimes you've got to go elsewhere to bring up the bidding war.
When we're talking about, this is essentially $10 billion for a team. When we're talking about that kind of money, they're not going to squabble over a millionaire's tax. They don't really care about that.
Not.
But I will say, that's a separate conversation. I hate the millionaire's tax for other reasons. It's not because I thought it would stop
people
a franchise
can hate it or
from
like it.
happening.
I'm not here to defend it or not. I just think that people using it to get clicks on a story that has nothing to do with it.
That's a fair point.
Drives me crazy.
Yeah.
And that's what this was. This never had anything to do with Seattle's economic climate. You guys debate that stuff all the time on this station. Have at it. It's a really interesting conversation. It has nothing to do with the Seahawks sale.
Back to the
other
family,
thing, though, that I think is important about that money is it's about double what the Broncos went for just 4 years ago. Broncos went for like $4.5 billion just 4 years ago, 2022. Now, inflation's a part of it, and the NFL growth and revenue is part of it. You know what it tells me? The Broncos are building a new stadium. Washington, who was sold a couple of years ago, building a new stadium. You sell for double that? I don't think this is going to be an issue. I don't think there's going to be a stadium fight ahead of us for a long time.
Really?
I don't think so.
That's a relief. I think Lumen's fantastic.
I do too, and that's not to say that it won't eventually happen, and I'm not guaranteeing you this, but at that price, look, the Penner family that bought the Broncos then spent an additional $5 billion on the new stadium there.
Mm-hmm.
That gets you about $9 or $10 billion, right?
Yeah.
That would be much more in line with this price.
Kind of buying a team at a discount, knowing it needs a few upgrades.
Exactly. Yeah, like buying a house, knowing that you're going to have to do a little
put a new
project.
deck and a new roof on it.
This one, I think, is pretty well done. You've just won a Super Bowl. You've got a GM. You've got a coach. You've got a fan base. You've got you're making money, economic model. So I would be surprised if there's any sort of immediate fight over. Now, that doesn't mean you don't look to improve things, and maybe you can add to the suite level or club level or whatever.
When there was talk, a few weeks, maybe a month or so ago, about a new stadium being a possibility, they talked about the kind of thing they're doing down in L.A. with a full-time covered roof and bringing in big events like a Super Bowl.
Yeah, so I thought about that, and there is something to that idea. Could you put a roof, a roofed stadium, a dome downtown? Yeah, you could. And you could maybe bring the Super Bowl here. But is that going to make the owner more money? Is he going to get a return on that investment?
It's a good question.
The Super Bowl, maybe, yeah, but that's not going to go to the team. I mean, maybe the city wants to get involved in that.
A $10 billion deal. The guy's making it.
But he's not going to make, they're not going to make more money off of one event one time in a Super Bowl. Yeah, you might get a couple of others, but unless you think you could turn a domed stadium into a 12-month-a-year facility that's constantly I don't know whether that happens in Seattle.
Let me ask you a question about the family, because I find it interesting. Number one, how sweet is it for that 33-year-old son who gets to, your dad buys this turnkey team, like you were saying. This is a championship-winning team. There's no better team in football right now, and now you get to be a part of that.
And just to be fair to the kid, I don't know that much about the family or about Neil, the son, in general. From what I've heard, this is not a case of, Nepo baby who doesn't do anything.
No,
and
I'm
they
not
just
suggesting that.
Hey, daddy bought me a team.
Right.
And I know you're not. But he's supposed to be a really sharp dude, started a very successful healthcare company on his own,
Usually
has worked in football already with the San Francisco 49ers. Like, there's some
Did he
plus
have a
side
role
here.
with the Niners?
Yeah, he was an analytics intern.
Okay.
But usually very smart people invest heavily into their kids, and they want their kids to have the best of everything, and they also want them to succeed. And in this case, you have a molecular biologist mom and a dad who's a VC guy who's made $100 billion, whatever he's worth. It's not crazy to think that this kid's pretty bright. So I'm not saying that he's like a Nepo baby. It's just interesting to me, a family like this, they're buying it from another family. So it is passing from a family to a family. They're also both tech people. And it's interesting to me that that kind of stayed in that world. I'm relieved, like you said, I'm relieved this is not a venture capital guy. I'm sorry, I'm relieved it's not a private equity guy.
Yeah.
Instead, it's somebody who's willing to take risk in order to build something.
So I think I'm glad you said that. We were talking about it this morning on the show. I think the similarities between the Allen family and the Khosla family are significant. It's not 100%, right? I mean, Paul didn't have kids, and he and Joe was more of a sit. But overall, two guys who made their money early in the tech world by being innovators and taking chances on huge companies. Obviously, Microsoft bigger than any of them, but Sun is a major, major player around the world in the early years of the computer revolution in the late 70s and into the 80s. Like that's an enormous, enormous thing. Huge similarity. Both very involved in the environment, and that's an important cause, and they both invested in companies that are working to improve the environment. Paul's part of, what's the pledge that the billionaires all took to give away all their money by the time they die?
Whatever that thing was.
I forget the name, but Paul was a part of that. as is Vinod Khosla. He was one of the early adopters and signers of the same pledge. So I think that those things are all relevant. At the end of the day, if you reread the statement that Vinod Khosla gave, it's in the Seahawks release that they put out, he used a word that I think is the single most important word you want to hear from any owner, and that is stewardship. He's a steward. To be a good owner of an NFL franchise, you need to think of yourself as a steward, that you are owning the team in the interest of the public of that region, of the fans, of the city, of the state. That yes, you are the owner and winning has to be paramount. And all of those things are very important. But if you think of it as owning it on behalf of the fans, as opposed to how do I want to run it like any other business, I think you'll have success. So seeing that in that statement, he referred to himself as a steward and said that he couldn't wait to earn the trust of Seahawks fans. Look, I don't know what else he could have said to make me feel better about the team and about the ownership change than that.
Having been raised in Baltimore and watching the Irsay ownership, which didn't feel that way about the ball club, and then the Bearing ownership, which was in Seattle, didn't feel that way about the city and the ball club. That is the best word to hang your hat on. Well done. I'm really glad to see that.
And I do like the family thing. That still plays heavily for me. I like that it's multi-generational. This is something that they want to invest in locally, pass on to his kids, just like Paul Allen did with his sister. It was a family operation, and I like that. It's pretty cool. All right, $9.6 billion bucks is pretty good for the Seahawks.
Yep.
Mike Salk, thanks for coming in, man. We appreciate it.
Appreciate it, guys.
We got a lot more coming up. Stick around.
Subscribe to the G and Ursula Show on YouTube and watch live or later.
This was a massive moment.
First, let me ask a question. Have you ever had gumbo?
Yes. Goodness.
All different flavors. To goodness. That's what 6 matches here. Everything around the stadium, something you can tell us about as well, you around the stadium, has been nothing but a big old pot of gumbo.
G and Ursula, 9 to noon on KIRO News Radio.
Folks, this Saturday at 1 o'clock at the Aegis Living Facility in Ballard, going to be having a little bit of a cook-off. Myself and president of Aegis Living, Chef Dirk, we're going to have a little competition. See whose family recipes you like better. In fact, Aegis is bringing in chefs from all around the Northwest to show off their talents. We're going to have a food tasting, a wine tasting, $2,000 in raffle prizes, and Spike and the Imperials will play a live, unplugged set for you. There's no charge. It's an open house. We'd love for you to join us. That's this Saturday, 1 o'clock, Aegis Living Ballard. Go to aegisliving.com/KIRO to RSVP.
So, how's your research going?
Surprising. After I figured out the top-rated TVs in our price range, I went shopping for deals.
And who's the best?
It wasn't the internet, and it wasn't the Warehouse Club.
But?
It was video only. They had better deals on the Samsung, LG, and the Sony TVs that got the highest scores.
Better than online and at the club?
I know! Video only beat them all. And now we can afford an even better model for the same price. My research really paid off.
If we buy it video only.
Exactly. Otherwise, we'll be sorry.
At Video Only, you won't find huge stores with refrigerators or microwaves, but you will find the best deals on top-rated TVs, soundbars, and monitors. Shop around. Just make sure you visit Video Only, because if you don't,
you'll be sorry.
In South Center, Bellevue, Linwood, Federal Way, and Tacoma, Video Only.
I like it hot.
Beg your pardon?
Can you make it hot for me, Dan?
I think so.
Half heated ain't hot enough.
No.
That's why I called you.
Apollo Plumbing.
Yeah, my sorry old water heater.
Oh.
Ain't getting me the hots anymore.
You want hot water.
That's what I said.
That's what we do at Apollo Plumbing.
And you're ready?
Right now.
When can you?
How about today?
Same day?
We'll have you in hot water tonight.
Clever. How about an upgrade?
A tankless water heater would mean endless hot water.
Now you're cooking.
That's just for starters.
Starters?
How about we make it a worry-free water heater?
Worry-free?
Wrenchie's worry-free warranty.
Which covers?
Repairs, service, all included.
And when it wears out?
Apollo replaces it.
No extra charge?
Nothing.
Nil?
Nada. As an Apollo A-List member, you're covered.
And payments?
To fit your budget with approved credit, of course.
And I'm hot again.
Worry-free.
That's for me.
We're on our way.
Thanks for making it hot.
We're ApolloPlumbing.com.
Hey, it's Jason Rantz here again with Greg Nunn from Nunn Better Tax Resolution. Greg, there are some folks getting CP 504 notices. This is not something that should be ignored. You need a professional.
When you receive a CP 504 notice, alarm bells need to go off. And as much as you just want to push that envelope aside, because they know it's not going to be good. And it's not a very good notice to get because it means the IRS is really coming down on you hard. Get help right away. Call somebody that knows what they're doing and get some assistance.
How have you helped?
We help them by understanding exactly where they're at. We interview them, we talk with them, find out. We'd like to know, how did you get here? And then we make a plan whereby we do our level best to help people with this struggle they are having now with their taxes.
Judgment-free.
Judgment-free.
If you're having trouble with the IRS, call Greg Nunn with Nunn Better Tax Resolution, 425-947-1967, or Google NUNN, Nunn Better Tax Resolution.
If the world were like a Sleep Number mattress, everything would adapt for your comfort. Your coffee would never get cold. Your flight would always be on time. And your mattress would always respond to you and your unique sleep needs. Sleep Number mattresses are designed to respond to your body and shift with your changing life, helping you fall asleep faster and stay asleep longer. To experience a whole new world of comfort, visit a Sleep Number store or go to sleepnumber.com. Sleep Number, to a good life sleep.
This is the story of the one who keeps multiple buildings running smoothly day after day. Plumbing that flows, HVAC that hums, cleaning supplies that keep surfaces sparkling. That's why she counts on Grainger. With easy reordering online and 24/7 support, Grainger helps her keep the products she needs on hand. So shelves stay stocked and buildings stay ready. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it today at carsforkids.org. Your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call 1-877-CARS4KIDS to donate your car today. That's Cars with a K.
Hey, how's your money situation? Are you ready for retirement? Well, if you want to know what the pros are doing to make wealth multiply and retire like royalty, then you need to listen to this show, Sound Path Through Retirement, with Ben Koval and Matt Leibarger. Get your money right and tune in every weekend, Saturdays at 10 a.m. and noon on KIRO Newsradio 97.3 FM.
All right, welcome back to the show. A quick tease ahead to 1:30. If you guys have any wild animal stories, we were responding to that crazy viral story of that bison encounter in Yellowstone. I say encounter because to call it an attack seems wrong since you're kind of like just hanging out near where bison are.
I don't know.
It's not like he targeted the guy personally.
I don't know.
He might have.
he chased the guy down. The guy was hiding behind trees and he chased him down.
It's true. All right, let's call it an attack.
It was an attack.
At 1:30, if you have any wild animal encounters yourself, you can text those to us. We will read some of the best on the air at 1:30. 888-973-5476 at the Muckleshoot Casino Resort text line. 888-973-5476. All right, this story, this is wild. In Pike Place Market, where a lot of people go, and a lot of people go as a family. I have taken my kids down there. I think anybody who has children probably have taken them down there at some point.
You know, now that World Cup has come and gone from Seattle's point of participation, I think Pike Place might be the largest tourist attraction in downtown Seattle.
Sure.
Right? On a day-to-day basis, summertime is here. The markets
that would make sense.
Right? Family-friendly. It's now pedestrian-only in that stretch of road. I mean, they're doing everything they can to make it family welcome. And then last Thursday, this happens.
So there's a guy. I read some of the details on Fox 13 had posted this story. That's where I saw it originally, and now we have some more details on this. But there was a guy who apparently was walking up to a family. He approached this family, who they describe as the victims, and starts commenting on how beautiful their baby was. Now, he's just like a mid-30s guy.
Yeah.
And I got to be honest, immediately my red flag would go up. Any guy who approaches my family and starts talking about how beautiful my kids are, if it's a woman, I don't think of it. I think in the same way. But if it's a guy,
okay, my
hackles go up, and I'm immediately wary of that person.
You know, I hadn't contemplated that dynamic, but I think you're spot on. I think I would probably feel exactly the same way.
So this guy approaches the family, starts talking about how beautiful their child was, allegedly. This is the story that was detailed, relayed by the witnesses in their statements.
Baby's in a stroller.
Baby's in a stroller. He then tries to grab the baby out of the stroller, The 61-year-old grandmother who's there with the parents, she starts kicking at this guy.
Yeah.
And again, this is a packed, middle of the day Pike Place Market.
Largest tourist attraction in Seattle.
Yes.
And you're right.
And this guy tries allegedly abducting a baby
Out
from
of
a stroller.
Yeah. And grandma separates the man from the stroller so the parents and the kid can move
And the
to
parents
safety.
can get to safety. Grandma might have saved that guy's life.
Might
because
have.
I'll tell you what.
Save the guy's life or the baby?
Might have saved
both.
She might have saved both. If you're a father, and you're sitting there and somebody tries to grab your baby,
right?
We did a story about a bison earlier, attacking someone, and I
hear you.
say this not in jest at all, but something would snap inside my head.
Where
I would see that person is trying to take my child, and I would have a real tough time making logical. Actually, no, it's probably the most logical thing. Protect my children.
Your kids.
Harm this individual
These
who's
instincts
trying
take
to
over.
take my children.
Yes. And we'll be
absolutely.
talking about a different bail story today because it'd be your bail.
I don't think
in
they'd
jail.
They wouldn't charge anybody for that. So you can defend your family.
Fair,
anyway,
fair.
So this guy, he was arrested. They found him. He's arrested. $100,000 bail? Does that seem light? $100,000 bail.
It did seem light to me at first, but what really opened my eyes was that the prosecution was only seeking $150,000 in bail.
Why not $1 million? Why not
right?
$5 million?
Somebody tried to grab a child from a strange couple. Why is this guy not on a 72-hour psychiatric hold?
100%.
You got to be nuts to try to steal a baby.
100%. This is a sick puppy,
He
allegedly.
did have no previous warrants for his arrest.
Well, not that they have at least told us about yet.
Well, I'm reading a Como story. Says no previous cases involving the suspect were referred to King County Prosecutor's
So we
Office.
don't know his background yet.
No, okay.
All right, we got a lot more coming up. Stick around. Bear back.
KIRO News Radio, where you turn for the news you depend on.
A political shakeup for Democrats that represent Seattle.
Traffic.
Right now, Auburn to Renton at 25 minutes. That's a good 10-minute delay.
Conversation.
3 people on the floor can't cover 20 aisles of plexiglass. They're doing their best. It just doesn't work.
And your Super Bowl champion Seahawks.
And the party begins.
Broadcasting live from the KIRO News Radio YouTube channel. KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM.
There are 5 things money can do for you: growth, liquidity, cash flow, protection, and tax advantages. Don't miss an opportunity because your current retirement plan only focuses on 2 or 3 of them. Hi, Jeff here with Madrona Financial and CPAs. Don't settle for a partial plan. Get the real deal by requesting your no-cost Madrona analysis today and discover what you may be missing. Call 833-673-7373 right now to request your analysis. That's 833-673-7373.
Hey, it's Jason Rantz. If your air conditioner is barely hanging on, CM Heating has one of the best offers I've heard this summer. Right now, you can get any size high-efficiency AC system for just $179.99 a month with 0 upfront cost. And here's the game changer. CM Heating's Comfort as a Service program includes lifetime repairs, annual maintenance, and even filters at no additional charge ever. Go to cmheating.com and schedule your free estimate online today.
License number CMHEAHL 751LW.
Holy smokes! The On Cruise Adventures Rick Riz Show.
What happened at the ballpark yesterday?
Sparky's sitting on my scorebook here, my cat.
Friday mornings at 8:15 on Seattle's Morning News.
Life doesn't have to slow you down just because costs are up. At Subaru of Puyallup, fuel-efficient models help you go farther with the confidence of all-wheel drive. And you have to experience the newly redesigned Subaru Outback with bold styling, advanced safety, an upgraded touchscreen, and even more capability. For stress-free pricing, a huge selection, and current offers, stop by Subaru of Puyallup, your stress-free dealership. Part of the Harnish Auto family. Visit SubaruofPuyallup.com.
Les Schwab Tires has always believed that taking care of people is the right thing to do. Today, that means more than trusted service. It means delivering real value, too. That's why we're lowering prices on hundreds of tires without changing the service and expertise you've always counted on. Consumer Reports named Les Schwab the best tire retailer for 2026. We'll keep working every day to earn your trust. See leschwab.com for details.
It's Jonathan here from DUI Heroes, and I'm here today with a teenager who's just about to get her driver's license, and she's got some questions for me about driving, alcohol, and how to not end up in my office.
Is it okay for teens to drink, even if they don't get drunk and drive?
So in this state, the legal drinking age is 21. It's never a good idea for anybody under the age of 21 to be consuming alcohol in any circumstance. But it's even more dangerous if then you make the decision to get behind the wheel. And most people don't know that when it comes to DUIs, everybody thinks the limit is 0.08, but not if you're under 21. If you're under 21, the limit is 0.02, which means you could find yourself at 0.02, 0.03 with a DUI sitting in my office when you're not drunk, but because you drank before you were able to. That was a great question. And if you or any of your friends find yourselves this summer in contact with law enforcement, please give us a call at 1-800-DUI-HERO or online at DUIHeroes.com.
There's a sink at the brink and a drain that's a pain. DayandNight.net. Slow drain? Backed up toilet? Call Day and Night to save $100 off any drain cleaning.
Hi, I'm Bruce with Day and Night Plumbing and Heating. From a slow drain to a major backup, no drain is too big or too small. Whether we're your first choice or smart second opinion, I guarantee our experts will solve any drain problem, day or night.
Now get $100 off any drain cleaning. DayandNight.net.
Nothing worse than clutter. With Closets by Design, everything will finally have its place. 40% off plus an additional 15% off and 18 months 0% financing on approved credit if paid in full. Closet.byDesign.com or call 1-800-BY-DESIGN.
Think O'Reilly Auto Parts for all your car care needs. Get the parts and service you need fast from the professional parts people at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
KIRO FM and HD1 Tacoma, Seattle.
ABC News, I'm Michelle Franzen. Happening now in the Senate, lawmakers are honoring Senator Lindsey Graham. The 71-year-old died suddenly last weekend. A vase full of white roses adorning his desk. Senator John Thune on the floor says Graham's impact in Congress will not soon be forgotten and called him a force for good.
It's difficult to believe that Lindsey Graham is no longer here with us, that we won't run into him at a media day or share a joke with him at this afternoon's vote. The halls of the Senate already feel empty without him.
Preliminary findings from the medical examiner shared by Graham's office show that he died from a tear in his aorta stemming from heart disease. The White House has formalized its re-engagement in the war in Iran, notifying Congress on July 10th last week of renewed military action. That according to a copy of the notice obtained by ABC News. The White House makes a point of saying that ground forces will not be used in this operation. On Wall Street, stocks are trading lower. This is ABC News. 12 states are now suing to block the proposed merger between Paramount Plus and Warner Brothers Discovery from moving forward.
The new lawsuit claims the $110 billion deal to merge two of the largest entertainment companies in the world would result in less competition, higher prices, and fewer options on the big and the small screen. California Attorney General Rob Bonta leading the effort.
Movie theaters, basic cable TV distributors, and audiences on every sofa and in every movie seat would feel the impact of this unlawful merger.
Mike Dubusky, ABC News.
Earlier this year, the Justice Department said it was not planning to challenge the merger. Recovery efforts continue in Venezuela following those back-to-back earthquakes. Officials now say 4,561 deaths have been confirmed, with nearly 17,000 injured. The devastating quakes causing widespread destruction and leading to the partial collapse or full collapse of high-rise buildings. Michelle Franzen, ABC News.
More work headed to Boeing's Everett plant. Details coming up. But first, a check on your KIRO News Radio traffic brought to you by your Seattle Mariners. Snohomish, our earlier collision just cleared on State Route 9, so all northbound lanes are back open between Highway 2 and 32nd Street. If you're heading through Linwood, North 5, just past 164th, the collision's on your right shoulder. It was blocking for a bit, and that's left us with a solid backup there starting at the interchange. South 5 heading into Seattle, you're slow from Northgate in the downtown, about 20 minutes from Linwood in the downtown. North 5, we're now packed between the West Seattle Bridge and I-90. South 405, stop and go from South Bellevue to the Renton Landing. Bellevue to Renton, just under 20 minutes. And Tacoma to Olympia has gone up to a 45-minute commute. You've got scattered backups between Lacey and Olympia, starting near Cabela's. Don't miss fireworks nights all summer, presented by T-Mobile. Next up is the 2000s Decade Show, July 17th. Get your tickets at mariners.com/fireworks.
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good afternoon. I'm Nate Connors. Boeing is bringing more airplane production to Everett with the opening of a new 737 MAX assembly line. President Stephanie Pope and CEO of Boeing Commercial Airplanes tells KIRO 7 TV.
We look forward to celebrating the first airplane that rolls out of here later this year, delivering airplanes to airlines across the country, supporting jobs and economic growth right here at home.
The new Everett MAX line will work in partnership with a Renton facility. The Everett line will begin with an initial low-rate production phase to address any operational issues. An Okanagan couple says they had just 5 minutes warning to get out of their home before it was destroyed by the B&O fire. Brandon Rudnick spoke with KIRO 7.
Once I came over the hill and seen the house up, I just prayed that my family was out.
And they were. Their kids, pets, and livestock are all safe, but their home was destroyed. The fire is now 63% contained and has burned more than 2,800 acres and several homes. Today's the first weekday that Revive I-5 work is back underway after a pause for the FIFA World Cup matches in Seattle. KIRO 7 TV's Tyra Majors reports.
Road work has reduced northbound I-5 to 2 lanes across the Ship Canal Bridge, and that traffic pattern will stay in place through the end of 2026. Crews are repairing the bridge deck, replacing aging expansion joints, and other critical work. The Ship Canal Bridge carries nearly 240,000 vehicles every day. WashDOT says this preservation project is meant to extend the life of the bridge and help avoid more disruptive closures in the future.
Mariners finish off the first half of the season with a victory. M's avoid a second straight sweep with an 8-2 win over the Tampa Bay Rays. Left fielder Randy Arozarena proved why he is heading to the All-Star game with his 3-run home run.
The 2-2. Swung on, crossed right field, hammered in the gap. Mesa back, he's at the track, makes a leap at the wall. It is gone, sail away, Randy Arozarena. Back at the Trop, 3-run home run. Sneaks it over the wall, and the Mariners have blown it open 7-0 in the fourth. Randy Land is back.
Seattle gets a much-needed break for the All-Star festivities. They'll return home to begin a series against the San Francisco Giants on Friday. Your KIRO News Radio weather is sunny all week with highs bouncing between the upper 70s and mid-80s. 78 today, 81 Tuesday, 83 Wednesday, 77 Thursday with a few clouds rolling in and a chance of morning showers. Sunny and 71 in downtown Seattle. I'm Nate Connors, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news, serving Western Washington and the world with the KIRO News Radio App. Always streaming live on your smart speakers. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
And now, it's time for the Jake and Spike Show on KIRO News Radio with your hosts, Jake Skorheim and Spike O'Neill.
All right, welcome back to the show. 1 hour down, 2 hours to go. A lot of stuff to get to. This is the 1 o'clock rundown. This is the top stories from coast to coast. We don't choose them. We just look and see what the very top stories are. We don't have a choice. We just have to then dive into whatever they are, whatever the people are clicking on.
The people choose these stories.
The people choose these stories,
right.
Not us. But what we are choosing at 1:30, you guys can text us your wild animal encounters, 888-973-5476. We had a lot of fun with that bison attack. Unlike the guy who was attacked. Obviously, we hope he's okay. But we hope that you have some wild animal stories as well. So you can hit us up on the Muckleshoot Casino Resort text line, 888-973-5476. We will talk about those at 1:30. We'll read some of them. We'll discuss. I've had a few encounters. You had a crazy encounter that you told us about a little earlier, and we'll get into some more of those.
We'd like to turn my attention locally to tell you what's happening.
Some local animals.
Oh, you bet.
Fantastic. All right. I have one that happened in the middle of the night, scared the heck out of my wife and I. And we'll discuss it at 1:30. All right. So the very first story, the top story that apparently is being clicked on by all folks from coast to coast,
and around
left
the globe.
coast to right coast in the United States. Probably a lot abroad.
I'm telling you.
I bet you there's a lot of clicks on this story in Russia.
I'm thinking.
You think so?
I'm telling you.
This is interesting. Lindsey Graham has passed away. This was shocking news. He wasn't on anybody's radar as being an unhealthy man. He was 71 years old. He had it was cardiovascular issues that maybe were not super public.
Yeah, that I'm not sure he was aware of. He had it's basically a heart attack.
It's a heart attack.
The medical definition of his cause of death has already been released.
Yeah.
There will be a second autopsy, as there always is.
Yep.
So there may be more information coming out with regard to why he had aortic.
It was an aortic dissection.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And it's the long, lengthy medical technological term for a heart attack.
Heart attack.
But to your point, he was a pretty healthy guy. He was an active guy.
71 years old.
That's not too far from my future.
That's
Trust me.
young.
He just flew back from I don't know if it was Kyiv.
I think it was Kyiv.
But okay,
Yeah.
he was in Ukraine.
He was in Kyiv.
And he's doing international diplomacy. He's the face of
He
this
met with
administration.
Zelensky.
Yes.
He was touring some military facilities.
And he's working on a congressional bill to sanction Russia, which lends the intrigue to this story. Flew home, had a phone conversation with President Trump, and then said, I'm not feeling so good. I'm just tired, But he was a worker. Trump says that's who he was. He was a worker.
Sure.
And then he
And then 8:30 p.m., a call is placed to 911 from his residence, and short time later, we learned that he has passed away from a brief and sudden illness, is what his family said when they released a statement. Now, you mentioned, this is interesting because now they say, obviously it's cardiac arrest is what he died of. But we all thought he was reasonably healthy, which is probably a pretty common story told about people who have heart attacks.
That you hear that more often than any. Okay, I had no idea. It was one day he's up doing Whistling Dixie, climbing ladders. Next day
The problem is he's a very high-profile politician,
mm-hmm.
and he's in a part of the world that is not a friendly place at all times.
No.
And now can we get a little tinfoil here for a second?
Absolutely.
Okay. So as soon as the story started spreading around, immediately people started linking, and then I was seeing all these stories linking to Russian stories. Now, I'm not saying that this is what happened. All I'm saying is this is part of the conversation that people are having now. Is it possible that he was poisoned? That's the question that everybody's asking now. And when you read some of the stories of what Russia has gotten, according to all the different stories that I've read.
Sure.
The what was the guy's name? Navalny.
Yeah.
And you go even back further. There's a whole Wikipedia site. Not like we just need to have a Wikipedia thing, but there's a whole Wikipedia page about Russian spies and poison, all these different things.
CNN makes these weekend series. The music of the 70s, the decade of the 90s, whatever it is. They've got a whole weekend series about Russian poisoning people.
Did they really?
Yes, it just ran this last weekend, ironically enough. And
Let me ask you a question. Let me ask you an honest question.
Okay.
What are the odds? Look that up. Look that up when CNN ran that. What are the odds that CNN runs a Russian poisoning story? This is the weekend before. Was it the weekend before he died?
It was the weekend. He was traveling.
But before he had a heart attack?
Yeah, it ran this last weekend. The Salisbury Poisonings, A Spy Next Door from CNN Films.
And that was a Russian thing?
Yeah. It ran on the 12th. Whoa. Yeah, that was yesterday. They've been promoting it for a week. This was a nerve agent attack that took place in Salisbury, England.
But they've been promoting it for a week.
They've been promoting it they put it in the can 2 years ago. No pun intended. Sorry, bad joke aside.
Yeah.
The story of Russians using these type of tactics on political opponents, they go back, as you mentioned, decades and decades. I saw something this morning, a report that our own government saw this tactic being used and wanted in on it. And there's actually, and this may be a little too rabbit hole. There's a phrase.
No, I'm laughing because it's like, I'm not saying that
the
our
phrase
government
heart
doesn't
attack.
do stuff.
The phrase heart attack gun.
Heart attack gun?
Google
What's that?
It's a weapon. It is a weapon. They take, I swear to you, there's a neurotoxin derived from shellfish that causes heart attack. It's a natural biochemical. It's a neurotoxin. And they apparently have developed a weapon that can shoot this thing, which is like a pin.
Whoa, this is from the Cold War.
It's a pin prick that will shoot a projectile into the skin that's frozen biomatter that then melts and dissolves and causes a heart attack. And it's what seems to be natural causes. Now, we don't know how many times this may or may not have been used throughout history. Nowadays, we have better scientific knowledge where we can figure out a lot more stuff than we could 10, 20 years ago.
This is fascinating. I'm on military.com right now, and they're talking about when all of this was disclosed in like senatorial committees and stuff.
Uh-huh.
If the agency was going to kill world leaders, it couldn't look like an assassination, of course. The CIA needed the perfect weapon. and it found one in shellfish.
Uh-huh.
Once extracted, the potent neurotoxin could be frozen and fired from a pistol, killing its victim with what appeared to be a heart attack. In a 1975 public hearing, Senator Chuck, I think that guy's from Idaho, showed the CIA's heart attack gun to the world. It just looks like it says here, it's a Colt M1 911.
It's a pistol that shoots a little frozen poison dart, basically.
1911, not 9. Well, yeah. That's wild. It looks like something out of James Bond. It really does.
So when a relatively healthy, by all accounts, Lindsey Graham gets back from traveling abroad, and he's working on a plan to sanction Russia, maybe a 500% tariff on Russian oil sales, and all of a sudden Lindsey Graham drops dead. I'm just, there will be more information. Kash Patel over the weekend said the FBI is
investigating,
right?
As they would, obviously.
Well, I was going to say, the
high-profile.
FBI offers all of its services and resources to any municipality that's conducting an investigation. That's kind of common practice.
Sure.
But this isn't without intrigue.
That's a wild story. I mean, it's just one of those things where, like, if you're looking at a board of who's likely to go next, you probably would have been in the Mitch McConnell camp and not the Lindsey Graham camp.
Well,
just because Mitch McConnell was in the hospital, he had that whole thing, which we'll get into in just a second.
He's a little safer than traveling to Ukraine.
This is what, here's a few people, obviously making their statements. This is John Fetterman. Sudden and awful news about Senator Lindsey Graham. The United States Senate lost a foreign policy giant. On a personal level, he had always been kind, gracious, and thoughtful. Giselle and I extend our deepest condolences to his family, friends, and staff. This is from John Fetterman. This is from Leader John Thune. My heart is heavy this morning to learn of the passing of my friend and colleague, Senator Lindsey Graham. Longtime dedicated service in the Air Force and in Congress carried him to far-flung regions of the world. He was a strong advocate for the United States and a strong ally to freedom-loving countries across the globe. He believed in the might of America to achieve good in the world and dedicated his life to advancing that cause. He continued on.
Yeah, I appreciate and respect that there's been kind of uniformly across all sides of the aisle.
Yeah.
The respect shown to a public servant of decades. And then you get the chuckleheads of social media. I'm going to give them the time of day. The dancers on that's just sad.
Sick ghouls.
Governor of South Carolina just named his sister.
Yeah.
To fill the vacancy of his seat until this particular term is up.
Darlene.
Yeah. And you know the story on that both their parents died when they were young, and Lindsey raised her.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
But I mean, by all accounts, I've never met him, but I know people who have met him and said he was a very nice, warm fellow. I mean, what else can you say? I mean, if you don't agree with his politics, you may not like him.
Right.
But
He's got his detractors from political, and policy standpoints, and that's who doesn't. All sides.
He was part of. I think he first made it into Congress in 1994. I think he was part of that 1994 class.
Okay.
The first time that Republicans had retaken the House in 40 years at that point.
Oh, okay, yeah. The red wave after Clinton's election, yeah.
And so he's been in the public service for a long time, and it is very sad that he died. Whether it's who knows what the
guy worked hard, got a lot of stress. He traveled. He's 71 years old. It could have been just a heart attack.
It would be an incredibly stressful job.
Yes.
You're keeping a crazy schedule. Just think about that. Like, if you don't have time to be real healthy, they have a lot of advantages. Obviously, they have a lot of perks for those jobs. Yeah. If you wanted to find time to,
he's not lined up with Group 6 to board a plane at an airport like the rest of us are.
No, he's probably flying on some government jet to make
But still,
his life a little easier.
It's a demanding occupation. Yeah. Public service is demanding.
I could believe that it's just a plan. I mean, I know it's easy for people to jump to conspiracy theories because it's interesting. I don't think you could. I believe I believe it could be a heart attack.
Yeah. But you can't rule it out without.
I don't think you can discount.
Thank you. Yeah.
Something crazy.
I'm with you.
Because who knows?
Yeah.
All right. Should we move on to Mitch McConnell?
This is where it gets
Let's
crazy.
move on to Mitch McConnell. Okay, so Mitch McConnell posted a statement and a photo that his office released of Mitch and his wife, former Transportation Secretary Elaine Chao, holding a news. I mean, this is like he was asked to provide proof of life, and now he has done it. It's causing a question mark for some people. So I saw a breakdown of this. It's a picture of Mitch McConnell sitting in a hospital bed. He appears to be, is he wearing jeans?
Jeans and a button-up shirt.
Jeans and button-up shirt.
And a face that he probably wore 15 years ago.
There are people who are saying that this looks like a doctored photo.
I've seen.
We should just have this whole statement. This whole segment today should just be like tinfoil segment.
Well, I mean, this is the world we live in now with
Tinfoil
AI.
hat.
I saw a
Brought to you by tinfoil.
But tinfoil. Yeah, let's get a sponsorship opportunity. Hey, sales department. Brought to you by Reynolds. It's cheaper when you make them yourself.
They probably don't want any part of that.
So there was a photo earlier in the weekend of Mitch McConnell in a hospital bed with tubes and the whole nine.
Yeah.
By a nurse who was tired of being quiet, blah, blah, blah. Completely AI, completely false, completely, AI generated.
You don't believe it's real?
Well, the picture of him in the hospital.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, we're talking, eyes shut, tube in his throat, it was deathbed photo.
Ugh.
Completely untrustworthy, completely fabricated. And then we get this picture from he and his wife holding a newspaper, proof of life. But then I see someone else saying this picture was posted in 2024 during a previous hospital visit with the senator and his wife.
You don't think they would have caught that?
Probably. But then I look at the most recent photos of Mitch McConnell in the Senate being wheeled around in a wheelchair, and his face is gaunt, and he's 30 pounds lighter than the photo they posted this weekend. And there's like
everybody looks a little puffier in a hospital bed.
I guess. Here's my thing. He issued a statement. They released a photo.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't mean to be disrespectful.
It's not the video.
Roll the guy in front of a camera.
Andy Beshear, Kentucky Democratic governor, he did ask. He's like, I need to see a statement. I need to see
a statement, though.
I need you behind a camera.
Yeah,
I need to see some movement.
Let's do. If he's the guy in that photo with the red button-up shirt and the blue jeans and the big smile on his face.
Is it red? It looks more like salmon.
Might be salmon. Might be pink.
Yeah.
Salmon. You can do a 1 minute live with somebody.
Sure.
You can do that for America.
Here's what the statement said. It said, I've submitted every test that they can think of to help figure out what caused this incident. This was a McConnell statement. My doctors have confirmed that I didn't break any bones or suffer a concussion. I didn't have a heart attack or a stroke. I didn't have any tumors or hemorrhages, but I was briefly unconscious and was taken to the hospital. I've also had to deal with a mild case of pneumonia. So he's saying that he plans on returning to the Senate. Not quite yet, because he's still recovering from his episode.
Yeah.
At his age, though, how old is this guy? He's
84.
84. I mean, that's not a
and
young man.
His health crises have been well documented.
Well documented. This famous thing where he froze. I hate to play it again.
No,
but
I hear you.
Like, this is 3 years ago. So there's a progression of 3 years from this point.
Well, good afternoon, everyone. We're on a path to finishing the NDA. This week has been good bipartisan cooperation and a string of
Are you good?
His team kind of comes in.
They have to come in and rescue him. Yeah.
This happened a couple of times in pretty quick succession. That's 3 years ago. I cannot believe it was already 3 years ago. Just like my bison encounter 3 years ago. Same thing.
And I hope the senator's recovering in the hospital. I hope the statement issued was valid and trustworthy. But these days, you can't tell anything.
Somebody holds you to it, and they say, Spike, do you believe that this picture is real, or do you believe it's AI?
I don't think it's real. I don't think it's current.
You just can't trust it.
You can't,
because everything's so easy to fake these days.
Yeah.
I saw a video. Somebody took the picture, and they said, "Well, if he's not healthy, then what is this?" And then the picture kind of like, you can like animate photos on Grok, or you can use AI to do the same thing. Yeah. And he gets up out of bed, and he does a little break dance, and then he does like a pirouette or something, and then kind of winks at the camera. And he did, and his wife kind of cheers him on in the background. Now, that's all fake, obviously.
Sure, yeah.
But that's the thing that we're all living in now. We're living in this time where, with AI, you can kind of create anything that you want, and it looks really, really quite legitimate, even when it may not be.
That's why I want a live question and answer on an interview with somebody. You can't fake that.
Yeah.
You can't.
Which is what we're doing right here. Yeah. We're live right now. AI can't fake this.
No.
Can't fake this. Can't fake this. Can't fake. No, just kidding.
Glitch in the system. Thank you very much.
All right. Should we get to one last story here real fast?
We can do this pretty
Strait of Hermes still blocked. It's an official blockade now. Trump says it's official blockade.
The blockade's back on.
Blockade. It's like the kids in the street with the football. Blockade's on. Blockade's off.
Here comes the tanker.
Oil prices jumped 7% on the news. Not good. We don't want oil prices to go up. I just like this whole thing to be over, honestly. It's difficult to deal with the Iranians, but it's difficult to deal with both sides.
It seems to be headed in the wrong direction. They're bombing our military facilities. We're bombing their infrastructures. Now Trump says we have a blockade.
They did break this blockade, or the ceasefire. They broke it.
Well, because, ships were passing through, and they said you can't pass through unless you come through our segment of the strait, and you will be tolled, as in a toll, a fee to pass. Now Trump says that the U.S. will be imposing a toll. The U.S. is going to secure the strait, blockade Iranian seaports, and the U.S. is going to charge a 20% toll on cargo passing through the Strait of Hormuz.
It's a tricky situation to be in. Of the two countries, the U.S. obviously has size advantage, and I know that that's not our backyard. However, we have the military capabilities to block it more effectively than they do.
I can see the justification. So if the world's commerce is going to count on our military capabilities to keep safe passage through that strait.
Well, the thing is, last time that they finally came to the table and decided to want to start talking, it's after they had shut it down, right?
Yes.
And they lost so much money so quickly. They finally said, all right, why don't we have a quick chat? Let's do a ceasefire so we can have these conversations going. Let's get the Strait of Hormuz flowing again.
Right. Part of their quick chat was they're going to charge a toll. And we were like, no, this is a free public international waterway.
Yeah.
That's so yeah.
The whole thing. All right, those are the three top stories, coast to coast. We hope that we brought those to you in quick, succinct order. All right, we got a lot more coming up. Your text message next. One last call out to anybody who's got any wild animal encounters that you want to share with us, that you'd like us to share with the world. You're welcome to do so. Hit us up on the Muckleshoot Casino Resort text line, 888-973-5476. We will include them in the pile. Stick around for some of those. We'll be right back.
This hour is brought to you by Insulation Northwest.
KIRO News Radio, where you hear the John Curley Show, afternoons 2 to 7.
So the places that you want to be throughout the entire year. You want to be in Vermont for the fall. You want to be in Washington, D.C. for the cherry blossoms. And then you want to be in Seattle for about 6 weeks to enjoy a summer that you will tell everyone is the most beautiful place in the world to be. For the World Cup happening right here, it's perfect.
The John Curley Show. Subscribe to KIRO News Radio on YouTube and watch live or later.
Hey, Jake Skorheim here. After a mild winter, forecasters are predicting above average temperatures this summer across Western Washington. And if your home is struggling to stay cool, your attic could actually be the culprit. Poor insulation or no insulation in your attic can account for up to 40% of the heat gain in your home over the summer. That puts a load on your air conditioner and it leaves you sweating. Fortunately, Valentine Roofing, the team in the red van, they've got you covered. This summer, you can bundle energy-saving attic insulation with a new roof and save 10%. That's better comfort, improved energy efficiency, and less strain on your cooling system. Thousands of homeowners have trusted Valentine Roofing for roofing, attic insulation, and complete home protection, just like I have. And every home project comes with the Valentine experience. Seamless communication, meticulous cleanup, and extra mile service. Plus, with no money down on your project, you don't pay until your project is complete. Call 206 Roofing to save 10% when you bundle a new roof and attic insulation. That's 206 Roofing. And remember, when you see the red Valentine van, you know your home is in good hands.
I'm Dr. Mark Shelley, a chiropractic neurologist at Sound Pain Solutions. Carrie injured her back years ago. This is her story.
My herniated disc was so significant that they did the first surgery, the laminectomy and a microdiscectomy. The first surgery failed, and I ended up with another herniated disc, which is pretty typical that herniations just move up your spine. The doctor was recommending another fusion surgery, so I researched alternative therapies. Sound Pain Solutions developed a plan that included bioelectric therapy, laser therapy, decompression, pressure wave therapy, in addition to rehab. Once we started that comprehensive approach, it went phenomenally. They honestly have given me my life back, and I'm happy to help other patients find sound pain solutions sooner.
Schedule a free consultation to learn if you qualify for our non-surgical and drug-free treatments at soundpainsolutions.com.
I can't believe how spotless my floors look after using the Swiffer Power Mop. No more dragging around a heavy mop and messy bucket. Now I get the same deep clean without all the work. Thanks to the powerful solution and scrubbing pad of the Swiffer Power Mop, Dirt and grime don't stand a chance, and I don't break a sweat. Mic drop. I mean, mop drop.
Swiffer Power Mop. Swiffer Power Mop.
A smarter way to mop. Try it or your money back.
From the FIFA World Cup to competitive business environments, grand ambitions lead to game-changing achievements. At Bank of America, we're there to support businesses at every step, providing insights and expertise to help you gain an edge.
He shoots. He scores.
What would you like the power to do? Explore winning business solutions at BofA.com/gamechangers. Bank of America, official bank of the FIFA World Cup 2026.
Jane is a small business owner.
That's right.
And tell them what that's like, Jane.
Yeah, well, it's like a roller coaster with a lot of ups and downs, and some days things can feel like they're flying off the rails.
Yep, it's a lot. But the Total Solutions Advantage only from Comcast Business can help you manage it all. With the largest, fastest fiber-powered network designed for 100% reliability with business internet and wireless connect. Plus gig speeds with security and equipment included. All with a 5-year price lock.
Nice. So everything stays on track.
Exactly. The Total Solutions Advantage. Get started for just $60 a month for 12 months when you add wireless connect to a qualifying internet package. No one does business like Comcast Business.
Limited time offer. Restrictions apply. New customers only. 1-year agreement, paperless billing, and automatic payments with bank account required. $60 offer requires 300 meg internet, security edge, and additional qualifying service. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra.
There are 6 markets you can place your money in. Research suggests it's better to have exposure to all 6 markets. Don't miss a potential opportunity because you didn't strategically diversify your assets. Hi, Jeff here with Madrona Financial and CPAs. Request your no-cost Madrona analysis today and discover what you may be missing in your portfolio. Call 833-673-7373 right now to request your analysis. That's 833-673-7373.
Washington drivers share the road with thousands of semi-trucks, but new reporting and federal investigations have unveiled that as many as 1 in 5 of those trucks are operated by chameleon carriers, trucking companies that rack up crashes and safety violations only to close and reopen under a new name with a clean record. If you've been injured in a trucking accident, time may be running out to recover. Call Davis Law Group today at 206-888-8888 or visit davislawgroupseattle.com.
D.R. Horton's National Red Tag Sales Event is going on now through August 2nd. Stop by any of its participating communities and find select Red Tag homes at incredible pricing. Visit drhorton.com. D.R. Horton, America's builder and equal housing opportunity builder.
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
And good afternoon, I'm Tim Hole. Today marks opening arguments in Washington State's lawsuit against Albertsons, which accuses pharmacies of helping fuel the opioid crisis. The latest from KIRO News Radio's Jillian Raftery.
Attorneys general say Albertsons knew dispensing increasing amounts of opioids was fueling addiction and death. Corporate was warned by the DEA, but the AG's office says Albertsons didn't take action on what was obvious diversion, like 5,000 pills going to a single patient in 1 month. Attorneys for Albertsons denied wrongdoing. They said there was a time when the DEA actually recommended more opioids for pain management, and that duty to prescribe rules place a high bar on blocking patients from getting medication prescribed by a doctor. Jillian Raftery for KIRO News Radio.
That trial expected to run through September. Firefighters have stopped the spread of the transfer fire burning near Lake Chelan. That fire quickly grew to about 35 acres in heavy brush behind the Lake Chelan Health Hospital. No injuries have been reported. The B&O fire in Okanagan is now 63% contained and has burned nearly 3,000 acres, destroying several homes. Kenwood Rudnick tells KIRO 7 she and her husband lost their house.
All the letters he's written me since I was 15. Memories like that you just can't really replace, and the security of your home for your children.
The couple says their kids, pets, and livestock are all safe. That's despite the fact they had just 5 minutes warning to get out. Clark County is the latest western Washington county to impose a seasonal burn ban. All residential and land clearing burning will be prohibited starting Wednesday. The ban expected to remain in effect through at least the end of September because of increasing wildfire danger. Recreational campfires will still be allowed in approved fire pits under strict safety rules. Southwest Washington and the Portland area have both received well below normal rainfall since April. A Washington man is lucky to be alive after being attacked by a bison in Yellowstone National Park. KIRO News Radio's Luke Ducey reports the bison tossed 65-year-old Carl Isom McDaniel about 10 feet in the air.
It looks like he was taking photos of the bison from a long distance away with one of his grandchildren by his side. The photographer that captured the attack on video, Mike McLeod, talked with KTVQ in Montana.
My wife saw a bull bison come into the campground, and it was just walking, but there were these young boys standing by a tent, and they had their phones out, and for whatever reason, the bison, who was still like 50 to 100 feet away, just charged them.
Now, this was not one of those moments where someone was trying to touch the bison. You've seen probably a lot of social media videos like they're getting too close. Carl was keeping a fair distance from the bison.
He suffered broken bones but is in stable condition. The fight over the Burke-Gilman Trail's missing link isn't over yet. The Seattle Times reports a Washington appeals court has ruled against Seattle's effort to fast-track the Ballard Trail extension by claiming it was exempt from environmental review. The decision sends the project back through State Environmental Policy Act process if the city wants to pursue that route. Legal battle over the final stretch of trail has been on for decades. On Wall Street, the closing bell. Markets off today because of the latest U.S.-Iran escalation. The Dow down 138, NASDAQ off 408, and the S&P down 60. Now let's check traffic with Nate Connors.
Thanks, Tim. KIRO Newsradio App has the update. Up in Linwood, North 5, just past 164th. The collision's on your right shoulder. Been there for about an hour now. Drivers are slowing down at the scene, and that's created a heavy backup starting at the interchange. Seattle to Everett, a minor delay, but Bellevue to Everett, you're looking at a 10-minute delay. Gets pretty thick there as you approach the Alderwood interchange. South 5 into Seattle, slow from Lake City Way in the downtown. 25 minutes from Linwood. North 5, you're crowded from the West Seattle Bridge, just past I-90. South 405, you're pretty thick heading through Victoria, Bellevue to Renton, just under 20 minutes. North 405 heavy through the Renton S-curves, and Tacoma to Olympia is at 40 minutes, just a little slowing between Lacey and Olympia. Text APP to 888-973-5476 to download the KIRO News Radio app. Listen to your favorite shows and get the latest news and updates sent straight to your phone. KIRO News Radio real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
Your Monday forecast, mostly clear overnight tonight after a beautiful day. Low of 54, sunny and 81 tomorrow. A few clouds on Wednesday and 83. Thursday looking like a chance of showers in the mornings, then partly cloudy in the afternoon with a high of 77. Seattle right now, 73. I'm Tim Hole, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
All right, welcome back to the show. We ask a question at the start of the show every day. We do a question of the day, and then at 1:30, we circle back and we read the best of the best. And today, the question was inspired by that news story out of Yellowstone about a local guy, actually, who was visiting the park and happened to be on the wrong end of a bison, who threw him up into the
horny
air.
end.
Yeah. Well, more ways than one.
Sorry.
And so the bison attacked him, and the guy got flung up into the air like crazy. And it's a viral video that went all around the world. And so we said, hey, have you ever had any wild animal encounters? We thought that would be kind of like some interesting stories.
Yeah.
We were hoping that folks had some. Good golly, did you guys have a lot of wild animal encounters? I don't know if it's the IQ of the crowd or whatever, but you people are approaching wild animals in a big way.
Well,
in a big way.
Some of these people seem completely innocent.
This is,
but not
these
many
are
of them.
hilarious.
Wow.
And I could find myself in any one of these situations. Do you want to start us off in 425, and then I'm going to get to Bill and Tacoma?
You bet. 425 says, my early childhood summers were spent at my father's fishing camp in southeastern Alaska. One time at the age of 8, my friend and I were by ourselves at the river, and I was showing off to her how I could call a moose, having heard my dad do it numerous times. We were both appalled, hey, I'm right, when 2 moose appeared out of the bush directly across the river from us and entered the river.
Dude.
We beat feet back to camp, shrieking and telling our wild tale. Of course, they had vanished by the time they returned with adults in tow. And I'm not sure they ever believed us, but I never tried it again.
You dodged a moose bullet.
Yes, you did.
Those moose are dangerous.
Dodged an antler, buddy.
We hear that all the time, how dangerous moose are. Yeah. You know what's really wild about that story, too? 8 years old, and your instinct would be to run away, but I don't know what you're supposed to. I assume it's just run away. Just keep your distance. But with bears, there's rules. They say if it's brown, lay down. If it's black, fight back. If it's white, good night. But with moose, I think it's just like run from a moose. That's the only lesson.
Well, an 8-year-old could do a good how moose call to bring 2 in.
That's impressive.
He learned female in heat moose. Well, you got to know the call.
What's up?
Hey, how you doing?
Hey.
How you doing over there?
All right, this is from Bill in Tacoma. This is a little lengthy, but it's a good one. All right. My parents owned some property behind their house that had a lot of ripe blackberry bushes, so we went to go pick some one Saturday. But we didn't see that the neighbor's young bull was in the wrong field. As we were making our way across a little creek to pick the blackberries, the bull was getting closer to us without us realizing it. And as I stepped over the creek first, I helped my wife across because it was muddy and I didn't want her to slip. The bull was right on her immediately and rammed its head into her hip and knocked her down. I grabbed the nearest baseball bat-sized stick and I started smashing it across its face. This is insane. To get it focused on me instead of my wife on the ground. I guess I pissed it off because then it began running towards me, charging, and speaking of cartoons, the only thing I thought of at the time was Bugs Bunny. So I was running from it, and I grabbed a tree branch, and I lifted myself in the air so it ran right underneath me. My wife said it looked like a cartoon. Then I grabbed the stick again and was beating with it while she climbed another fence to get away. I was kind of dazed, and when finally we both escaped, she had a heck of a bruise that was clear through her hip from way to her back. We then told the owner that his cow was in the wrong field, and he said that wasn't dangerous and it wasn't that dangerous and just let it go. Needless to say, we didn't get any fresh blackberries that day. Then a week or so later, the same bull attacked one of his kids, so they turned it into fresh meat. But sure, it wasn't dangerous.
Every time I think of a steak.
Yeah. I wonder if there was a similar thing with the bison in Yellowstone. Like it's just a time of year where they're particularly dangerous to people. A mating thing, you know?
I don't know. It's never a good time of year to go pet a buffalo. I'm just saying, man.
Don't do it.
360 says, while stationed in Germany, a pack of wild boars chased me onto my tank.
That's kind of crazy. That's crazy.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're the only wild boar story we had. So.
Ben from Mercer Island, I got approached by a 6-point buck out in Chelan. I pacified the situation by offering him a PBR. Oh, Ben. I think Ben might be joking with us.
No, he sent a picture.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
When you say offered him a PBR, did you throw a can of beer at him? What'd you do?
Do we have a picture?
Oh, wow.
Are we going to put that up?
I'll go grab it.
Okay, Rick the plumber
insane.
says, that is nuts.
I assume that was fake.
Rick the plumber says, I watched an owl take my Pomeranian 15 years ago. Then I had to deliver the news to my family. That's when the wild animal took over. His wife was so mad.
It's crazy that owls are so capable of taking small animals like that.
Oh, that's what they're built to do. The talons, the leg length. I mean, you think owls are squat little things?
They're
they
not.
have very long legs,
long arms,
and long legs that they fold up under their bodies when they sit when they perch.
Yeah.
But when an owl comes down for prey, it can go another 8-10 inches from its body with those talons. It's surgical. The way they extract mice on the run, and they get them. So your Pomeranian didn't have a shot.
That's crazy. Yeah, but a mice and a Pomeranian—that's a very different size animal.
Yeah, Pomeranian's easy pickings. Brian in the 360 says, in Seaside, Oregon, some of the tourists heard that a cow elk and her baby were just off the road in the woods, and they start to walk in to see the baby.
Bad
I
advice.
told them to get the hell out of the way there, and I thought they were crazy. They were.
Crazy.
Well, you probably saved some lives, Brian.
Shannon in Duval says, I milked cows at a dairy farm, and I was warned by the farm owner to never lose sight of the bull and continuously keep an escape plan. He had known 3 people in his life who had been killed by bulls. I listened. One morning, there was a very until then, there was a very docile 3,000-pound bull named Ike who put his head down and came after me. I ran so hard and fast to the feeding manager that I almost forgot to turn sideways to get inside to safety. I would never be outside my vehicle taking pictures of a wild animal. That's scary. You got to watch out. Really, the lesson here is bulls and bison.
Yeah.
Who seem very similar as far as,
Yeah.
look and size. I think bison are bigger, though.
Oh, yeah, big time. Fernando says, in Seattle, when I was at Yellowstone, we saw a bear with a cub. My family wanted me to stop so they could get out and take some pictures. I told them they were crazy.
That is crazy. Stay away from a mama bear and cubs.
We had an experience in Glacier where there were a couple bears, a mom and 2 cubs, and there was a half dozen cars pulled over, and they were all within 10 yards of this bear and these bears in this tree.
That's the thing is these are wild animals, and people think that they're safe and docile because they're in a park. You think it's Smokey. You think it's who's the
Yogi?
Yogi.
It ain't Yogi and Boo Boo. No.
But that's not the case.
This ranger stopped and told all these people to get in their cars and leave the scene and leave these animals alone. These are wild animals, to your point.
Crazy. Final one, 425. When I was 13, my grandpa and I were hunting whitetail in Montana. and we were attacked by a black bear. He ended up shooting it almost point blank in order to keep us safe. That's crazy.
Thank you, Grandpa.
Yeah.
Ben from Mercer Island, I'm going to put your photo up during the break.
All right. Check out Ben, who fed a PBR to distract from a 6-point buck. Thank you guys so much. These were great. We have pages, more of these. We don't have time to get to them all, but we appreciate them. All right, coming up next, we're going to check our feeds. Spike and I live 2 completely different lives, and our algorithms.
One line. Well, yeah.
Our algorithms chase
too.
us around. So I'm going to find out what the most thing is on mine, and you show me what's on yours.
You got it.
You show me yours, I'll show you mine, and we'll talk next.
Not what we're calling this segment.
We'll be right back.
KIRO News Radio, the first place you turn for the news you trust.
State Senator Jamie Peterson drafted one of the state's most progressive taxes to date, the income tax on millionaires.
Engaging conversation.
We pay teachers the 4th highest of any state in the country.
And your Super Bowl champion Seahawks.
The Seahawks, they're bringing it home again.
Streaming everywhere on the KIRO News Radio app. Always here, always with you. KIRO News Radio, 97.3 FM.
Look, I need to be real with you for a second. At Seattle Children's Hospital, 1 in 3 patient families cannot afford the food their kids need to heal. Think about that. A child recovering from surgery, learning to walk again, and the family is struggling to put food, nutritious food, on the table. That's why Safeway and Seahawk, Jackson Smith and Jigba are launching the Food First Project, a multi-year initiative to fight pediatric food insecurity right here in our community. This is not someday maybe talk. This is grocery cards, produce vouchers, and food as medicine programs going directly to families the moment the need is identified. No barriers, no red tape, just help right now. They're funding vitamin D screenings, nutrition support for student athletes, rehabilitation feeding tools, and meals for hundreds of families staying inpatient at the hospital. I love what Safeway and Seattle Children's are doing, making a real difference where it matters most. JSN showing up. Now it's our turn, 12s. Put food first. Learn more at Safeway.com.
Digging in my yard, trying to lay a pipe. I hit a water line, and now I have to pay a big fine. I should have called 811.
Your old water heater's starting to peter. DayandNight.net. Day and Night has $150 off installation of any new water heater, including tankless, backed by a free lifetime warranty.
Hi, I'm Bruce. When your old water heater leaks or fails, the damage could be catastrophic. Whether you need an emergency replacement or you're planning ahead before it leaks, give us a call and we'll help you get into hot water again.
Get $150 off installation of any new water heater. DayandNight.net.
Guys, did you know your testosterone affects everything in your system, including how you feel and perform every day? Right now, Revive Men's Health Seattle will check your testosterone for free. Knowing your T levels is the first step in understanding if you have low T. Your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED. Maintaining an appropriate T level can change your whole life. Most men start to see changes in their hormone levels in their 30s. Experience and results matter. So what are you waiting for? Get your T levels checked today by local, experienced, and trusted men's health experts. They've helped thousands of men since 2011. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Call Revive today and schedule your free testosterone test, free exam, and free consultation. Call Revive Men's Health at 206-529-1111. That's 206-529-1111. Or visit revivemenshealth.com.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance engineer at a beverage manufacturing plant, he starts his day knowing every line is ready to run because Grainger delivers the industrial-grade products he needs to keep mixers, conveyors, and packaging equipment moving. With Grainger's vast selection of bearings, belts, and motors, he keeps operations running smoothly, so nothing grinds to a halt. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Summer's finally here, and we're kicking it off with a whole lot of free. Free brake pads with Duralast rotors. Free oil filter with 5 quarts of oil. Free Armor All wipes with Armor All glass cleaner, and more. More free, so you can have more summer. Celebrate free at AutoZone. now through July 27th. Restrictions apply.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Are you curious about who offers the best deals on top-rated Samsung, LG, and Sony TVs? The answer is surprising. It's not online, and it's not the warehouse clubs. The best deals on top-rated TVs are at Video Only. Don't believe it? Then check out the trade-in deals at Video Only. How about $500 for your old TV? Try doing that online. Before you buy that new TV, drop into Video Only. If you don't, you'll be sorry.
Step inside and let the excitement take you places. This is Muckleshoot Casino Resort, the ultimate spot for action that reaches incredible heights, luxury that knows no bounds, and live entertainment that always thrills. It's all at one incredible destination. So when you look for the best, look nowhere else. Muckleshoot Casino Resort, the biggest and best in the Northwest. Muckleshoot.
Nothing worse than clutter. With Closets by Design, everything will finally have its place. 40% off plus an additional 15% off and 18 months 0% financing on approved credit if paid in full. ClosetsByDesign.com or call 1-800-BY-DESIGN.
Sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Protect your family, your phone, and your furry friends with life, electronic device, and pet health insurance.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it today at carsforkids.org. Your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call 1-877-CARS4KIDS to donate your car today. That's cars with a K.
Hey, how's your money situation? Are you ready for retirement? Well, if you want to know what the pros are doing to make wealth multiply and retire like royalty, then you need to listen to this show, Sound Path Through Retirement, with Ben Koval and Matt Leibarger. Get your money right and tune in every weekend, Saturdays at 10 a.m. and noon on KIRO Newsradio 97.3 FM.
All right, welcome back to the show. We thought it would be interesting because you don't often see what people are looking at on their phones. Whenever you walk into a room these days, it always seems like people are just staring at their phones, which is a weird new reality to being a human. Every time you walk in any room, if somebody's left to themselves, they no longer just stare at the wall.
Or a book.
Or a book.
Or start a conversation with a stranger. Heaven forbid.
Lord forbid. Now they just stare at their stupid phones.
There was some recent neurological studies were done, some MRIs of brains, or I guess CAT scan of a brain.
Okay.
Imaging. There's a new addiction concern facing the medical community, and it's the addiction to our devices.
That's new?
Well, they're saying it's becoming problematic. It's becoming so pervasive in the amount of subjects that they've brought into this clinical study.
Yeah.
That a vast majority of people studied now. When used to be when you studied for addiction in brains, whether it be smoking or alcohol or drugs.
Yeah.
A certain percentage of Americans would be subjected to show these signs of addiction in the brain. Because of our phones and social media, it's becoming far more than a majority of humans now have this addiction quality through brain scans.
Gotcha. Okay.
Because it's a much more palatable addiction.
And the thing is that people are looking at, we do news stories about this all the time, but like young people, they say that, in particular, high school age girls are spending like 7 hours a day looking at TikTok. 7 hours a day just on TikTok. And then you have to ask the question, like, well, where are they finding the time? 7 hours? Do you have 7 extra hours to burn? I guess when you're young, you have a lot of time.
Well, if you're not focusing on schoolwork.
And if you're not hanging out with friends and you're not going outside.
You're not getting 8 hours sleep a night.
Yeah,
you can squirrel away 7 hours.
You can find 7 hours if you had to.
Prioritize, buddy.
So we thought it'd be fun because the algorithms chase us around differently to see what type of stuff it sends you. Because we all know how these work. If you click on something once or you even hover over it for longer than everything else, it makes a mental note or makes a computer note somewhere and it goes, oh, he likes this type of thing. I'm going to show him more of this type of thing. So as you are looking at your feed, do you want to tell people where you hang out or do you not want to do that?
Well, I do try to. Facebook is where I hang out, to me, most often.
Yeah.
But I'll also.
You got a lot of fans on Facebook. You got a lot of people want to hear from Spike and the Impalers.
That's what it is, buddy. I can't take credit for, the band's pretty good. But it's, I try to go on X with some regularity.
Sure.
I try to click on things that I wouldn't normally be attracted to so I can see what the other side is thinking. And I say the other side in an honest, not a pejorative. I got a Blue Sky account just to bring my joy back after being on X for a little while. And I go to the Reels, I guess it is. That's those little feeds.
Sure.
I spend a lot
and then
of time
Instagram.
in those.
There's the Instagram.
Yeah.
There's
But,
sure
but
there's
what
more.
what I get in my feed is completely different than when you get in yours.
But what's a big thing for you today? What's showing up on your feed today?
Mitch McConnell's face is everywhere.
Okay.
Whether it's with which is AI, which is not. I mean, look at this.
Yeah.
That's right to top of the fold. Right there.
You're right. That picture does look very.
Two shots.
The
of
one
Mitch
on the right.
McConnell.
That's the one that's supposed to be.
That's the
like
one from
yesterday.
the hospital yesterday. But here's the problem.
Let me see that again.
The other one from May 12th. That's not real. That's not what he looked like on that day. That's been altered to look weird. That's the thing. I can't trust any of my feeds.
They both look kind of weird.
Yeah, well, they both look kind of weird. Yeah,
he
is from Kentucky.
He looks old. I'll be honest. I'm not trying to be mean by saying that, but he looks like an 84-year-old man.
Yeah.
And on the right side, he does look a little puffier. He has been in the hospital for
he's got some fluids
an
in him.
indeterminate amount of time. So that's kind of what I'm thinking about that.
When I go to X, it's the typical stuff. Who would you rather shake hands with, Obama or Trump? Be honest, blah, blah, blah. All those things.
This is the strange thing about my feed. So we do a lot of news stories and we cover a lot of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I get so many videos. Today in particular, I don't know why it is, but today in particular, I'm getting a lot of videos of Shaq, the basketball player.
Shaquille O'Neal?
I don't know why. Do you guys know the song from? It's used widely in videos like this. It's like kind of the common refrain. The backdrop is it's the wedding. Laura, you would know this. It's the wedding song from. Did you watch the movies? What's the vampire movies?
The Twilight movies?
The Twilight movies. You know the song when she's getting married, and it's what's the name of that song?
Turning Page?
Is that what it is?
I think so.
Where she's like walking down the aisle. Can you find that song? She's walking down the aisle in the vampire movies, and it's like I will love you for 1,000 years or something like that. Do you guys know the song?
Oh! I see it with puppy videos all the time.
1,000 Years, Christina Perry.
Years.
There it is. Can we pull that song up? Because I want to describe for you in real time with the videos.
Sure, yeah, you bet. And this is with Shaq?
This is with Shaq.
Okay.
So last week it was with Erling Haaland, the soccer player from Norway.
Yeah, I got that.
Who's now had to ship back off to Norway because they lost.
Yeah.
But that song will play in the background, and then it will show these tremendous superstar athletes just being nice to people.
Yeah.
And it's like there's this one of Shaq who's a giant of a human being. He's like our version of
he's Andre the Giant.
He's Andre the Giant for our times.
Yeah.
And it's Shaq standing around, and the little kids will run up to Shaq and hug him, and then his private security, who's about half Shaq's size, so private security.
And they're big guys.
Yeah, but they're like half his size.
Shaq's size.
And they'll kind of shoo the kid away, and Shaq goes, no, this is it right here. And it'll just be, there's no words. It'll just be this song. It'll just be cuts of Shaq being nice to strangers.
Little kids.
Not just kids. Sometimes
they
just
all look
children.
like little kids.
They all look like children.
It looks like the end of Close Encounters.
Yes.
Where Shaq's standing up there and those little things come running around.
Yes.
That's so cute.
I
want that.
Isn't that a weird? Why is it chasing me around? But I'm clicking on it and I go, oh, that's nice. And the other day I was caught watching one of these videos in the break room. Somebody walked around the corner. I had full on volume.
Yeah.
And I'm watching this. He goes, what are you watching? And I was like, oops. Shaq shocking people. Anyway, it's a weird world.
Lovely,
we hope you guys are enjoying it as well.
Lovely.
We got a lot coming
of
up.
reflecting pool in my feed this week.
Ignore that stuff.
I know.
All right, we got a lot more coming up. Stick around.
Dear Ursula, I have a group of friends who have bonded over...
Hi, I'm Ursula Voitin from The G and Ursula Show, and I'm launching a new podcast called Ask Ursula. This is your space. Real life, real questions, whether it's about family, friendships, love, and yes, even the fun stuff like travel and finding your signature scent. Hit me up and ask your questions at mynorthwest.com/Ursula. I look forward to connecting with you.
At mynorthwest.com and the G and Ursula YouTube channel.
With Progressive's Name Your Price tool, you can choose the best coverage option for you. Because you know you. Like, you know that hiking isn't for you. Sure, it sounds nice to be in nature while exercising, but that's what a gym and houseplants are for. I mean, you don't even like walking upstairs. So why would you walk up a hill for miles? To what, end up high in the air? Come on, you know you're scared of heights. Only you know you. So get coverage options within your budget with Progressive's Name Your Price tool. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Pricing coverage match limited by state law.
I know that hiring can be challenging. You need someone to match your role perfectly. Well, now you can meet them fast on ZipRecruiter.
Build your team. ZipRecruiter.
Just head to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try it for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Need your match on ZipRecruiter. Try it free.
Wow, Sarah, these window coverings are gorgeous. Did you guys do this yourself?
No way, it's all Hunter Douglas. My local expert came to our home, brought samples, and helped us see everything in our actual light, then measured perfectly and handled the installation.
If you're planning a remodel, moving into a new home, or simply ready to elevate how your space feels, Westco Blinds, your neighborhood Hunter Douglas expert, offers custom, beautifully crafted window treatments thoughtfully designed for life. Whether it's blinds, shades, shutters, or drapes, our products fit your windows perfectly. And with smart home options, you control the light and privacy with a tap or on schedule. Hunter Douglas window treatments are an investment in quality, backed by a lifetime limited warranty and ongoing support from your trusted local expert, Westco Blinds. Call now to schedule your free in-home design consultation. Call 206-285-5455, 206-285-5455, 206-285-5455.
The foggy mornings, the dragging afternoons, that nagging feeling like you've lost you. Well, you're not making it up. It's Manda Factor. At Juvacor Health and Wellness Center, hormone replacement therapy starts the way it should. A real conversation, face-to-face, with female providers who have spent years specializing in exactly this. Your care is guided by labs and shaped around your life. Dr. Hostetter's practice has expanded from the flagship location, Seattle Regenerative Medicine Center in Bellevue, to Tacoma. JuvacorHealth.com. Feel like yourself again.
Point! Hey, you okay? You don't normally miss those shots.
I just haven't been as regular lately, and it's making me feel sluggish.
You should try Metamucil. It's been a game changer for me. Metamucil's plant-based psyllium fiber helps trap and remove the waste that weighs you down. Ace, you're moving better than you were last week.
Definitely.
Metamucil keeps you moving. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Learn more at Metamucil.com.
And the match is about to begin.
Most of the team is out with COVID-19, so there'll be some substitutes tonight.
What's this? We have an unexpected guest on the field.
It's a dog. Well, they could do with extra players.
She's going for the ball.
Are front paws hands or feet?
Soccer season is full of surprises, and COVID-19 could be one of them. If you test positive, prescription medications may help. Ask your doctor if they're right for you. Learn more at PfizerForAll.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
KIRO FM and HD1 Tacoma, Seattle.
ABC News, I'm Michelle Franzen. South Carolina Governor Henry McMaster announcing he is appointing the sister of the late Senator Lindsey Graham to carry out the remainder of his Senate term. President Trump had recommended Darlene Graham-Nardone be the interim senator. She'll serve until January. She thanked the governor and honored her brother.
My brother was the most amazing person, outstanding leader, and just a genuinely good man.
Graham's colleagues also remembering the 71-year-old on the Senate floor today. The U.S. and Iran trading strikes and blocking the Strait of Hormuz again. President Trump, in an interview with Fox, says the U.S. will become the guardians of the strait and charge a toll. Michigan health officials continue to investigate the outbreak of cyclosporiasis, but say preliminary results point to an unsourced lettuce or salad greens as potential source. Cases of the parasitic infection in Michigan have spiked to over 2,600. There are also cases in other states. This is ABC News. Kids ages 8 to 12 spend over 5 hours on their screens every day. That according to the American Academy of Pediatrics. But lawmakers in several states think they've struck upon a possible solution, requiring more playtime at school.
Quite literally by requiring 40 minutes of recess time compared to the previous 20. Norman, Oklahoma Assistant School Superintendent Holly McKinney has had to get creative.
We've taken parts of those times and integrated literacy into it, which freed up a few minutes for us to be able to do that second recess.
Other Oklahoma districts have added hours to the school day or days to the academic calendar. State lawmakers in Ohio and New York are considering similar mandates. Jim Ryan, ABC News.
Fans are remembering actor Sam Neill following his death. His family didn't state the cause, but earlier this year, Neill revealed he was cancer-free after undergoing groundbreaking treatment following a years-long battle. He became a worldwide star for his roles in The Hunt for Red October, The Piano, and of course, Jurassic Park. Sam Neill was 78. Michelle Franzen, ABC News.
He said, she said, involving the Pierce County Sheriff and a woman who called 911. That story in a moment. But first, Nate Connors at the traffic desk.
Thanks, Tim. Up in Everett, our afternoon shift change is underway at the Boeing plant, and we've got a hefty backup leaving the plant eastbound 526 over to I-5. And North 5, we're filling in between 526 and Highway 2. Very typical backups of this time of day. North 5 heading through Linwood, we're crowded from the 405 interchange up to 164th from our earlier collision. Bellevue to Linwood on 405. 25 minutes. You've got building volumes through Kirkland and again through Canyon Park. Seattle to Linwood in comparison is wide open. Linwood to Seattle, just under 25 minutes. You're slow from the U District to I-90, South 405. Pretty thick through Factoria. We might have a new crash down there near 112th. Bellevue to Renton around 20 minutes. And if you're heading through Pacific, southbound 167 at the exit to Jovita Boulevard, a collision partially blocks that ramp, and traffic is jammed up to Ellingson Road, about a mile and a half backup. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
Thanks, Nate.
KIRO News Radio, 97.3 FM, Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
It's 2:03. I'm Tim Hole, KIRO News Radio. How was your drive to work today? If you were coming in from the north of the city, you were probably late, thanks to the restart of Revive I-5.
It's been hard on those of my coworkers that live up north and have to fight through that on their way to work every day.
He talked with KIRO 7 TV. This is the first Monday with Revive I-5 back underway for the first time since the World Cup pause. The I-5 express lanes will remain northbound only for the duration of the project, meaning slower southbound traffic for the morning commute. A coalition of states led in part by Washington Attorney General Nick Brown is trying to stop one of the biggest media mergers in history. Brown and 11 other attorneys general are suing to block Paramount Skydance's planned purchase of Warner Brothers Discovery. Warner Brothers Discovery behind movies like The Matrix, Dark Knight, and
Barbie in the real world. That's impossible.
If this got out, this could mean extremely weird things for our world.
The merger valued at $110 billion. The lawsuit claims the deal would give a combined company too much control over movies and cable TV. Newly released 911 call challenges Pierce County Sheriff Keith Swank's claim that a woman called police simply because she disagreed with him during a recent Charter Review Commission meeting. Instead, as you will hear, the caller told dispatchers she was frightened after a confrontation with another woman outside the meeting.
I'm telling you, this is not funny. This is scary. He said last Monday that people who are protesters are terrorists.
Swank had posted on social media the woman wanted officers to arrest him and his supporters. The recording and police records were obtained by the Tacoma News Tribune. Swank tells Jason Rancho on Seattle Red 770 AM the Tribune got it wrong.
When she was speaking with the officers there, she said, and people heard her say, Sheriff Swank said hate language, and she wanted to see if they could do something about that. That was reported to me. I didn't listen to what was going on. She called the police hoping that somebody could be arrested for speech.
Tacoma police later determined no criminal threats had been made. A falling log has killed a 6-year-old Whatcom County boy. The Bellingham Herald reports Killian Gonzalez was playing in a driftwood fort at Little Squalicum Beach last Wednesday when the log fell on him. He suffered severe head and injuries and a collapsed lung. First responders restored the boy's pulse before doctors flew him to Harborview. In Seattle, he died on Sunday. A long-respected NFL reporter says the 12 should feel good about the sale of the Seahawks to the Closha family. ESPN's Seth Wickersham tells 710 Seattle Sports.
This family deserves a fresh start. They deserve, the benefit of the doubt from fans. And, I think there's a lot to be positive about.
The Paul Allen estate has agreed to sell the team for $9.6 billion. Your forecast, cloudy skies overnight tonight, sunny again tomorrow with a high of 81. Few clouds on Wednesday, another nice day, 83. Might see a chance of showers in the morning on Thursday, otherwise partly sunny by the afternoon and 77. It's 75 degrees right now in Seattle. I'm Tim Hole, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news, serving Western Washington and the world with a KIRO News Radio app. Always streaming live on your smart speakers. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
And now, it's time for the Jake and Spike Show on KIRO News Radio. With your hosts, Jake Skorheim and Spike O'Neill.
All right, welcome back to the show. 2 hours down, 1 hour left to go. Lots of great stuff to get to. Spike, should we do an update on these Chelan wildfires? You seen these?
I have seen these.
So they've lowered, we talked about this a lot last week, and now, start of a new week, they're lowering some of the evacuation orders. They have different levels, which I was not, I was aware that they have, they can DEFCON 3 or whatever the different versions are. But they're lowering it down to right now a version called
Get Ready.
Get Ready.
Yeah. Well, it was up to Go Now.
Yeah. It's lowering from...
You don't have to look out the window and hold up a color chart or something like that. They're telling you it's either Get Ready or Go Now. Because when they say it's a Go Now evacuation order...
They mean go.
Yeah, I mean go now. Yes. It's a matter of life and death for you.
Yeah.
It means wildfires haven't been contained, weather is unpredictable, and you're putting yourself and your family's lives in direct harm's way.
It's been lowered to Get Set. It almost sounds like it's not a game.
Oh, it's been lowered to... Earlier this morning was Get Ready. No.
So it's a Get Set right now.
Okay, cool.
So it's been lowered to Get Set. They have urged residents in the past, depending on where you're at. There was a Get Out Now order, which is different than what it is right now. And they say this does not mean that the fire is out. It means that you should just get set if it's possible. Could elevate depending on wind, all those different things.
I mean, that's the the go bag, the box of your important papers that you don't want to lose. That it's ready to grab and go.
Yes.
Your family's got there's a travel suitcase maybe packed up and ready to get in the car and get out. All the things that you can't afford to lose in a fire, because we've had so many stories. People have lost everything. It was 18 homes, I think was the number last I heard, from the Chelan Hills fire. And it's good news that it's been downgraded to Get Set.
But as our own Ted Beener tells us on mynorthwest.com, you could read about this there. It's very dry over in eastern Washington, as you might imagine. Have you ever lived over there? Have you ever gotten a chance to live in eastern Washington?
Not lived, but we had family there, so we're there literally every weekend.
Yeah.
And I'm so familiar with that particular Chelan Hills area. But this one of just... dozens, literally, of places that are in danger of wildfire. I'm going to have
It's just so dry.
Yeah, and it's a fourth straight drought summer, or drought winter, I should say, for the state of Washington.
Okay,
it's going to be a horrific wildfire season. There's already been 200 plus wildfires already this year in Washington, and most of those, the vast majority of those, are man-made, human-started.
Yeah,
we haven't even gotten to
That's a shame.
We haven't gotten to the lightning season. That's what is the number one cause of wildfires in Washington.
Do you remember a couple years ago when we had, I forget the month it was. I feel like it was late summer, but we had like the historically bad.
The air quality.
Air quality.
Yes.
Do you remember that?
We were the worst location on Earth. We passed
on the
Beijing.
Planet. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was like every single day there was not a weather alert. It was air quality
alert, yeah.
And now I check that because it's burned into my brain ever since that happened, because I'd never even noticed it at the bottom of your weather app, and that's the thing I look at most on my phone. At the bottom of your weather app, there's an air quality check, and today the air quality in Seattle, where I'm at right now, is 33, which they say is good. It's similar to about the same time yesterday. So that's pretty good, 33.
That year, I believe we had Oregon wildfires, we had the Southwest Washington wildfires, and we had British Columbia wildfires that year.
Yes.
And they all converged here, yeah.
I remember that as we were living through that, we would check the air quality every day, and at that time, we couldn't leave the house because it was so bad. They were telling you, like, stay inside and don't go outside your house. And so one day... my wife, and do you remember you could literally, you could look outside and people have seen this many times, but it looked dirty. The air looked dirty because of all the smog.
You could watch the sunset, literally, and not hurt your eyes because the sun was just a red ball sitting inside the smog.
Okay, so this would have been, let's see here, this would have been, they say the worst one was actually in 2015. That's when the worst hazardous air was recorded in Washington. That can't possibly be, because I remember that the
23
couple years ago
was brutal.
Okay, well, there's why. This article was written in 22.
Okay,
there you
go. You know what? During that summer...
Okanagan fires.
Yeah. During that summer, I was working in Portland, and I've told you about this. I would travel down on Tuesday.
Yeah.
And I would set up a campsite at the one of the KOAs right along the Columbia River, about 30 minutes east of the city of Portland. And I'd go there on Tuesday morning, pre-rush hour, go to work, blah, blah, blah.
You just camp?
Tuesday at lunch, I'd go and set up my campsite.
Oh, that's nice.
In the KOA. Except during that, I couldn't.
The smoke damage,
the smoke danger was so high, I couldn't camp.
Just inhaling it, they said, is dangerous.
It's dangerous. I ended up having to get a hotel room those weeks.
That's crazy.
And it was persistent. It was a couple weeks of that.
We sought cleaner air at that time, and so my wife was, incorrectly as it turns out, looking at an air quality map, and she said, hey, we should go this way, and she pointed us east. And so we were like, okay, let's get in the car. And I guess we just assumed that our car was filtering out the air, which it probably was to some extent, but not great.
Not great.
So we're driving, and it's just bad, and it seems like it's getting worse. But she goes, no, this says there's supposed to be like a pocket over here of really good air. And I'm like, how is it possible that you're
a pocket of air?
Pocket of air.
She was looking out for your well-being.
She was, and we have at that time we had 3 kids in the back with us. You know, we got 4 now. We had 3 at the time, and they're all anxious, and we're like, we're going to go find a park, kids. We're going to drive an hour east, and I never even questioned it because I love her so much.
Yeah.
And so she's like, no, it's a pocket of air. It's like in these mountains, and so if we drive into that pocket, it's probably shielded in some way.
Sure, yeah.
And I was like, all right, well, whatever, science, I guess. And so I don't know it. And so I follow her map, and we get there, and it is, I swear to you, the worst air I've ever seen.
It had settled into that little mountain dell.
She was reading the map wrong, and it was like the worst place in the state that she took us to.
Oh, no.
And so all we had time to do was get out and like quickly go to the bathroom, holding your breath, because you're not supposed to drink it.
You can taste it. You can taste the smoke in here.
Yeah, it's pretty gross. Anyway, thankfully they're lowering the fire alert to get set from Get Out Now, which is a nice thing for people who are in the area. This is also interesting too because Seattle, according to the Seattle weather blog, Seattle has had the coolest start to a summer in 6 years, with an average temperature of 64.6 degrees. Have you noticed that? It feels a little cooler.
It has felt a little wonderfully welcome. Cool.
I like it.
Yeah, me too. It's paradise out there. 70 couple degrees.
What's your perfect weather?
Right now, I mean, we should be broadcasting from the sidewalk outside. It's that nice out.
Yeah, it's pretty
nice. What's it now? 73 outside right now.
It's 75 and sunny right now.
Okay, yeah, okay. Sun's heated up. A little warm for my blood. No, this is paradise.
I'm a 73 guy as well.
Yeah.
You give me 72 or 73. With the breeze, with the little breeze.
A little bit of a breeze, yeah. Unless I want to get in the water, then I'm out. Okay, give me some 80. I want to jump in the lake.
82 in the water.
Yeah, you betcha. It's going to be great. Yeah.
But yeah, it's coldest coldest summer in 6 years, which is kind of interesting. 64.6 degrees on average.
But we're due for like a super El Nino summer, hot, dry summer.
We'll see. How can they even predict these things?
They use science.
Can I be honest?
No, I know.
I'll be honest with you. I don't know if I trust it.
I'm with you. As much as I trust a photo from Mitch McConnell's hospital room.
It's all fake.
I think I trust that more than I trust the weather these days. The forecasting, I should say.
It's all fake. Yeah. I just look at it and I go, this is AI trying to trick me.
They're selling us.
They're selling me something.
On the panic.
That's what I'm waiting for. These meteorologists to start knocking on my door looking for a subscription fee. What are you trying to sell me? That's what I think every time I see them. All right, can we switch over to something else? This is completely different, but kind of a fun topic, I think. This would be a really good conversation for us. This is this young Seattle couple. Did you see this piece?
This is my life come to fruition here. Yeah, these are my kids.
Okay.
These two could
be. These are not
easily,
actually your kids.
No, they're not.
That
but
you know of.
These could be my daughter and son-in-law.
Okay. I found it. We probably found this interesting for different reasons. But let's get into it here. So Seattle Times did this highlight of this young couple who moved to Seattle in early 2023. They moved to Beacon Hill from St. Louis, Missouri, quite a bit less expensive in Missouri.
Well, it's funny. He was working for a great company that transferred him.
Yeah.
He was working for Boeing in St. Louis, and they transferred him to the home office here.
They said,
in
we're
Northwest.
We're going to move you to Seattle, and we're going to give you a pay bump. So they worked with Seattle Times to they gave them a pretty in-depth look at their finances, which I thought were interesting. And this young couple who is making, between the two of them, they make $173,000 a year. And they're basically saying in the article that they're at a crossroads because they want to have kids someday and they want to have the life that they want to have, but you just can't possibly afford it in Seattle. And they're trying to, they're scratching their head and they're saying well, what do we do with a situation like this? Then they give a breakdown of their monthly budget and all that stuff. And I'm interested in this for different reasons, but I was interested in your take on this.
Well, they list in this article some factors where Seattle is 49% higher than the average cost of living in America.
Pretty pricey.
Whereas St. Louis that they left was 10% below the national average. So they had a big adjustment to make.
It's a bit swing.
As you mentioned, the husband in this story came for the same job, relocated with a
Are they married? They have different last names.
Well,
I assume they're not married. They're not married.
Okay.
They're saving for a wedding.
They're a couple saving for a wedding. They bought a house together. They hope to have a family together.
They haven't bought a house together. They rent.
They rent. I'm sorry. They rent.
Did you read the story?
I did. I'm focusing on these numbers. He got a pay bump.
Yeah.
She came here between jobs and found a similar employment and makes more here than she made in St. Louis.
Yeah, she makes $68,000 a year.
Even with his pay bump and her second income, they can't make it in Seattle. They can, the combined rent of their comparable place in St. Louis is about $1,600 a month.
Yeah.
It's $2,400 in Seattle.
Mm-hmm.
Cost of living here is, like I said, 40% higher than the national average. They can make ends meet. They're responsible, and they've built a lovely life and a community, and they're members of their church and all these things, but
they're living in sin.
I wonder if the church knows it.
I bet you they don't.
They want to start a family. They're dual income, no kids.
Yeah.
Classic dual income, no kids.
Yeah.
But they're a couple. They're going to get married. They're going to buy a home. They're going to start a family. Can they do it here is the whole question of this article.
They break down the budget here. So I'm going to give you the details on this budget. I think most people listening, I'll be completely honest with you. I think most people listening to this hear the travails of this young couple who are like late 20s. 29 years old. He's 29. She's 30.
So they're making it sim with an older woman.
They're making
Sorry,
with a cougar. They're making $173,000 a year, and they're saying, "Oh, we'd love to have children and live the life that we want to live, but we just don't know if we can afford to do it in Seattle. So we're do we even have kids and yada yada." And when I hear stuff like this, I think a lot of people roll their eyes. $173,000 is a lot of money, and they're at the beginning of their career. So their earning potential is actually not even going to be fully realized. If he sticks with Boeing, I got a lot of friends who are lifers at Boeing. They make fantastic money. And if he's good at his job, pretty safe. And so what I'm saying is he's at the bottom of his earning potential.
Mm-hmm.
So when you start looking down the road at what life is going to look like in 10 years when he'll be 39 or in 20 years when he'll be 49, he's going to be making a lot more money. So that's one thing to factor
in. Layoffs, but you never know. I mean, nothing's guaranteed.
It's possible.
But you're right.
Let me break down their budget for you. So
they're a very responsible couple.
Yes. Again, according to them. This is their monthly take-home pay is, let's see here, between the two, and there's going to be taxes and things.
Big circle in the
$14,300.
There you go.
Rent for their house is $2,500 a month. $120 for utilities, $500 for groceries, mostly from Costco. They say $300 for dining out, $120 for gas, $160 for entertainment, $1,500 saving up for their wedding in July of 2027. Congratulations. I hope you get there. $6,000 saving for a down payment for a house. That's monthly. $600 a month that they're saving for a new car, which they aim to buy in 2028. They sound very responsible, and they're also saving $2,450 for retirement. What's your suggestion to a young couple who's making this amount of money, who seems frustrated that they can't have what they want to have? What would your suggestion be?
Wake up and smell reality. You can afford kids. Look at their budget. They're over 60% of their budget, and I'm giving them, this is a compliment.
Yeah.
Over 60% of their budget is being dedicated to saving every month.
Yes.
For a house payment. For a down payment, I should say.
Yeah, and good for them. They should.
To buy a car.
Quickest way to grow wealth, buy a house. Right. Absolutely, real estate.
They're saving for their wedding. They're saving for their retirement. They're saving for a house payment. They're saving for a car. Of $14,000 a month they're bringing in, they're putting $10,000 a month towards savings.
Yeah.
This is the Frugaltons, these two. They're doing phenomenally well.
Yeah.
Pretty soon you won't be saving for a car. You won't be saving for a house down payment. You'll have that put together.
Yep.
At $6,000 a month, you can have it faster than most other people can imagine having it.
Yeah.
And then you're 29.
And you're 29.
Kids, the families start later every day.
Here's what I would suggest for these two. Number one, get married. Get that done.
Sure. Take the anxiety off your shoulder.
Take the anxiety off your shoulder. Right. I'm glad they're saving money for the wedding. Don't go over the top. Here, a big suggestion. Don't spend more on a wedding than
your car.
Than your car.
Right? Because that's a number.
You're totally right. It's a nice day. I promise it'll still feel big and special, even if you don't spend half of what you would pay for your down payment of your house.
And trust me, I get it. They give her name. What is her name? I want to speak to her directly.
Her name is Jorge and Maddie.
Maddie, I understand. I just married off a daughter. It was a wonderful day. She loved it.
Beautiful.
She loved it. It was everything she wanted it to be and more. But she didn't save for it. I mean, she did. Oh no, don't get me.
Yeah.
I think she'd rather have the house today, because I told you that we offered them. What do you want to do? You want a down payment on a house? You want to do a wedding? And they picked the wedding.
That's a tremendous offer.
And
they picked the wedding.
Yeah,
totally fair.
Yeah. It's a big day, and I get their saving for the wedding.
Yeah,
I get it. But I'd say, just be patient.
Be patient.
Is it their age? Is it 29 and 30? Is it
listen,
that biological clock ticking for her?
The article is written in such a way that they're in an impossible situation. That's how it's written. This young couple, they're just stuck in Seattle. They don't know what to do.
Well, they want to stay, but can they
want to start a family, but can they afford
Yeah.
to stay in the city they love and have a family? My advice to them, get out of Seattle. Honestly,
Okay.
That would be my advice. I promise you, if you're waiting to have a kid because you love your city and you can't afford to live in your city, you're going to love the neighborhood can go and pound sand. Honestly. I'm being serious here. And the city can go and pound sand.
Tough love.
I promise you, you will love that kid 1,000,000 times more than you will ever love your, quote, community that you live in.
Yeah, no, I can't argue with you on that, man.
And you will also feel so much better if you're living in the outskirts of maybe the city that you love. Great. If you could, maybe if you made $50,000 more and you're making $250,000 a year, you can afford it. But maybe not. Maybe the better thing would be to move somewhere where you can afford to live and you're not having to figure out can we just make rent every single month?
Yeah.
Go buy a house in Snohomish. Go buy a house somewhere in Pierce County.
Yeah, go to Graham.
Beautiful. Go to Graham. Yeah. You're going to be surprised at how quickly you put down roots and you fall in love with that community too, because now you're part of it.
There's a church community waiting for you there as well.
100%.
Good school district waiting for you there.
Good school district.
For those kids you want.
And once you have those kids, the most important thing in your world is going to be making sure that you're planning for the longevity and the health and wellness of that kid for the rest of their life and taking as much stress off your plate as you can imagine.
Yeah.
Get out of Seattle.
Yeah.
Buy the house.
I hope my youngest or my oldest was listening to this, because that's the kind of advice I just haven't been able to give her. Right there. That's it. Listen to your Uncle Jake.
Listen to Uncle Jake, even though I think we're the same age.
You kind of are.
Brother, uncle. Listen to your brother, uncle. The city don't factor the city in. It's not a family member. It's nice to visit. You won't give two bleeps about it when you're looking at that happy little kid running around your backyard that you own.
Yeah.
Go find some place to plant some roots. It doesn't have to be downtown. You can still visit downtown.
Sure you can. Once they clean it up.
And this couple's doing well. $173,000 at 29.
They're putting more than half of it in savings every month?
Yeah, they're doing well. They have no debt. Come on.
I could borrow my kid for a while. See how it feels.
All right, we got a lot more coming up. Stick around. We'll be right back.
This hour is brought to you by Davis Law Group.
The Seahawks sold.
Selling price will be an NFL record $9.612 billion, according to ESPN.
What do we know about the new owners?
Vinod Khosla grew up in India, removed from technology.
I never even had a television or a telephone at home.
Has invested in a ton of companies you know of, Square, DoorDash.
Coverage continues on the home of the Super Bowl champion Seahawks. KIRO Newsradio 97.3 FM and mynorthwest.com.
Hey, Jake Skorheim here. Buckle up. It's going to be a hot summer. And if you have poor or no insulation in your attic, you could be losing up to 40% of your energy efficiency. Fortunately, my friends at Valentine Roofing, they've got you covered. This summer, you can bundle energy-saving attic insulation with a new roof and save 10%. Plus, with no money down on your project, you don't pay until it's complete. Call 206 Roofing to save 10% when you bundle a new roof and attic insulation. That's 206 Roofing. And remember, when you see the red Valentine van, you know your home is in good hands.
If you have unfiled taxes or are in debt to the IRS, this is important news. Did you know the IRS has programs specifically designed to help people struggling with tax debt? Powerful tax assistance programs that can save you thousands if you qualify. No one knows these programs better than the experts at Optima Tax Relief, America's most trusted tax resolution firm, A-rated by the Better Business Bureau. Their award-winning tax attorneys and licensed professionals have resolved over $3 billion of tax debt for their clients. One call to Optima can start the process, helping to put an end to your worries about wage garnishment, asset seizure, and other aggressive IRS actions. Find the best options to solve your tax problems. Call the experts at Optima Tax Relief today for a free consultation.
Call 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Do you get sinus infections, congestion, sinus pressure and pain, sinus headaches? You've gone to the doctor. You visit urgent care over and over again. And it's always the same thing, right? Oh, I know. Let's try antibiotics and some nasal sprays. But they just keep coming back. You may suffer with chronic sinus infections. The good news? Relief is possible. How? A minimally invasive procedure called the Sinusoft procedure, available only at the Modern Nose Clinic. Imagine a procedure so delicate there are no narcotics. Less cutting means less bleeding, so no packing, and no operating room. The Sinusoft procedure is designed for the clinic. If you suffer with chronic sinus infections, facial pain, pressure, and congestion, find out if the Sinusoft procedure, available only at the Modern Nose Clinic, is the solution for you. Call and set an appointment today. 206-388-2770. 206-388-2770. That's 206-388-2770.
I'm Bradley Johnson with 1-800-DUI-AWAY, and I want to talk to you about baseball. It's game day. The stadium roof is open. Our club's putting up a fight. They're cold brews in hand. But outside, the police are getting ready to spot fans trying to steal their home base. Maybe the night threw you a curveball, an officer made an error, or perhaps the bases weren't the only thing loaded. At 1-800-DUI-AWAY, we know it's not 3 strikes, it's 1 strike, and you're facing the Grand Slammer. 1-800-DUI-AWAY is here to help, even if we have to go into overtime. So call 1-800-DUI-AWAY. Or go to 1-800-DUIAWAY.com to set up your free private consultation. When you're on defense, it's full count, bottom of the ninth. You want your closing pitcher on the mound. 1-800-DUI-AWAY.
1-800-DUI-AWAY.
A perfect game by a Seattle Mariner. It was done by the King.
50 seasons, 50 legends, one unforgettable night. Join the Mariners Saturday, August 8th for 50 season celebration night at T-Mobile Park, presented by Daktronics.
The Mariners are going to play for the American League Championship.
Before the team takes on the Rays, arrive early for the most epic pregame ceremony in Mariners history. You'll witness the biggest gathering of franchise icons ever assembled as the 50 greatest Mariners from across all 5 decades are revealed. From Griffey to the big unit, from Ichiro to Nelson Cruz, and every legend in between, you don't want to miss this once-in-a-lifetime event.
Junior with a 2-run home run. Everybody is going bonkers here in the Kingdom.
Seats are going fast. Get yours at mariners.com/tickets.
At Seattle Children's Hospital, 1 in 3 patient families can't afford the food their kids need to heal. Safeway and Jackson Smith & Jigba are fighting back with the Food First Project. No barriers, just help for families right now. Learn more at Safeway.com.
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
At 2:30, good afternoon. I'm Tim Holt. The late Senator Lindsey Graham's sister, Darlene Graham, will finish out his term in the Senate after Senator Graham died suddenly at his home in Washington, D.C. early Sunday morning. Graham accepting the appointment today at the Capitol in Columbia, South Carolina.
My brother was the most amazing person, outstanding leader, and just a genuinely good man.
Graham was up for re-election this November. A state Republican primary to name a new candidate has been set for August 11th. An immigration enforcement operation in Maine turned deadly earlier today. Federal authorities say a 26-year-old Colombian man was shot and killed after he drove his vehicle toward ICE agents in Biddleford. Witnesses dispute parts of that account. The FBI and Maine's Attorney General's office are investigating the shooting, sparking protests just hours later.
We all need a home. We all want food on the table. We all want to raise our kids in a safe environment. This is not happening anymore because of what's going on in our country.
The shooting comes just days after another fatal ICE-involved shooting in Texas, adding to growing scrutiny of the agency's use of force. A 40-year-old Seattle man who served more than 7 years for sexually assaulting a 15-year-old in Clark County is now headed to federal prison.
Raymond Lawrence Massey has been sentenced to more than 3 years for having a loaded ghost gun. Federal prosecutors say after he got out of prison, he moved to Seattle, and he did not register in King County as a sex offender. When authorities tracked him down, they found him with that loaded 9mm ghost gun, which had a red dot sight on the barrel and an extended capacity magazine. Frank Lindsay, KIRO News Radio.
Oil prices are up about 4% to start the week, around $74 a barrel. Gas buddy analyst Patrick DeHaan blames escalating Middle East conflicts and Ukrainian strikes on Russian oil refineries.
Because Russia tends to be an exporter of those products. But now, in very rare form, Russia has blocked the export of those products to keep the fuel that they're producing within their own borders, and that's having an impact globally.
He spoke with Seattle's Morning News. Seattle drivers are still catching a break. Gas is down 9 cents to about $5.20 a gallon. But DeHaan warns most other states are already seeing prices rise, and Washington will likely follow. A piece of Washington state history is headed to the highway. Drivers will be able to purchase a new Mount St. Helens specialty license plate starting August 19th. The design honors the iconic volcano while raising money for the Mount St. Helens Institute, which supports scientific research, education programs, and trail restoration. State officials say the new plate is part of a broader expansion of specialty license plate options approved by lawmakers last year. Time now to check KIRO News Radio traffic with Nate Connors.
Thanks, Tim. Up in Everett, eastbound 526 is bumper to bumper from the Boeing factory over to I-5. And North 5 is heavy from 526 up to about Broadway, and then you're going to thin out. In Alderwood, North 405, you're packed at Damson Road to I-5. Bellevue to Linwood, plan on 25 minutes with more crowding through Kirkland to get through. North 5 through Seattle, we're heavy at the Michigan Curve to the Columbia Towers, and just past the West Seattle Bridge, a stall is blocking that right lane. Now remember, we have 2 lanes blocked on the Ship Canal Bridge for Revive I-5. You might want to consider those express lanes this afternoon. Linwood to Seattle, 20 minutes. You're all clear till you hit the Ship Canal Bridge, where traffic is bumper to bumper down past the Convention Center. Sizable backups at the Hood Canal Bridge, where we had a recent marine crossing. And through Lacey, North 5, you've got a 2 to 3 mile solid backup starting near Pacific Avenue, Olympia to Tacoma, taking your 40 minutes. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
Your forecast, mostly clear overnight tonight after just a fantastic day in the Puget Sound. Overnight low 54, sunny and 81 tomorrow. A few clouds and 83 Wednesday. Thursday might see a chance of showers in the mornings. Otherwise partly sunny with a high 77. 75 right now in Seattle. I'm Tim Hole, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
All right, welcome back to the show. This is kind of a gross story, but we feel like we want to cover it because some of you might be dealing with this. We're there with you, folks. Not actually in the bathroom while this is happening, but
we may be.
We might be.
From a broadcast perspective.
We might be with you.
Maybe sitting there
You're
with
right.
you.
You might have the radio on, and you might be in the restroom right now dealing with this horrible nationwide. What is this even? A parasite that's sweeping the nation.
Parasitic outbreak now seen in 31 states, including Washington.
Cyclospora. Am I pronouncing that right?
Yep. And it causes cyclosporosis, which is
what?
Horrible. Well, it's violent.
Violent
diarrhea.
Come on.
Diarrhea. Diarrhea. You have to sing it. It's easier if you sing it.
Sing it.
Diarrhea. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If you're
What's that song again? What's that from? Was that a children's song?
Remember Parenthood? You're sliding in the first and you're feeling something burst. Diarrhea.
Yes.
Anyway.
Okay. That's where it came from.
What we want to let you know is that there is an outbreak.
Serious thing, and people
an
are
outbreak.
Really
there have been 7 cases in Oregon.
Has anybody
in June.
died from this? Nobody's died from it.
Not yet. No. Knockwood. But here's the issue. It's a parasite that's on ready-to-eat foods, which are fruits and vegetables that you buy that you don't have to prepare.
Mm-hmm.
And it's oftentimes this is caught at the commercial level when farmer produce farming takes place. And then again at the retail level when they're sold in stores, vegetables, fruits that you buy and just eat without cooking.
Yeah.
But it's always a good idea to do this at home. So many people don't.
So you want to wash it?
You want to rinse it. You don't have to be. It doesn't have to be hot water. You have to cook it.
Yeah.
Just running water.
And
cool
that'll
running
do it.
water.
That's enough.
Because you're talking about waste that's on the fruit. That's what causes this.
Yeah.
And we're talking about farm life.
Yeah, I mean it's you're ingesting.
Yeah, you're ingesting stuff that you could have easily rinsed off.
Yeah, it's easy to do. Just rinse it off.
And I got to tell you, I'm not.
Have you suffered from this?
I haven't suffered from this. I've got
cyclosporosa.
I've got kind of an iron constitution.
Oh, you okay?
But I'm the guy in my house. I'm the canary in the coal mine, to quote Laura. If I can eat it and be fine, but my family's not so tough.
So you're not the canary in the coal mine.
Well,
you're actually the opposite.
I'm the opposite.
Mine is that I'm the first to fall.
You're okay. So
if I get sick, everybody else knows it's coming.
Yeah. Fair enough.
You're
whereas I'm
what's more analogous? It's not the canary. You're like
I'm the
the
garbage disposal.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, we don't have to throw it out. No one else is going to eat it, but we don't have to throw it out.
That would have been a
Spike
horrible thing to use if the analogy was correct and you are like the canary in the coal mine.
Yeah.
They just go down there with a canary that's just like survives everything. And
Bring them down.
And then the gas is killing
Why do we
everybody.
keep losing
Everyone's
everybody?
gasping and wheezing, and the canary's like,
The canary's like, what's going on? What's the problem?
Fair. Thank you for the clarity there.
So yeah, this is so you have an iron constitution. This would take me out quick.
Are you a gentle?
I just have more of a yeah. I'm a little more susceptible to these types of things. I think because I have a lot of food allergies.
And you've got a very responsible missus. She probably rinses you've got kids at home.
Yeah, but she's watching a lot of. She sees a lot of the stuff about being like raw.
Okay.
She's recently started talking about grounding. Have you heard grounding? It's not like getting your kids in trouble. It's like walking around with no shoes on to ground to the ground.
Oh,
I don't understand it. It's supposed to do something. I don't know.
Inside the house, outside the house,
no,
everywhere?
outside the house.
Okay, yeah.
No, in the house, like everybody does.
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
You're supposed to walk around with no shoes on out in nature.
In the lawn.
Yeah,
and
you can do it there.
Bring that in there. Yeah, sure. Okay.
Can you look up what grounding is, Laura? Because we're just talking about. I literally, and my wife has told me about this many times. God bless her. I have no idea what she's talking about.
Paid attention.
Yeah, I'm like, wait, what?
This wasn't supposed to be a get you in trouble segment. It really wasn't intended to do
So
that.
grounding, it's called grounding, and you walk around barefoot, and it's supposed to give you vitamins or something through your feet.
Oh, there's a health benefit, not just the psychological. I can see the psychological
or maybe
benefit.
it's with lightning. I don't know.
It says physically connect, emotionally stabilize, or electrically neutralize.
Electric.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's what it was. I just heard, she had said something about feet and electricity, and I thought,
okay.
I didn't think much because I didn't listen past that point.
It's also called earthing.
Earthing.
Okay.
So you walk around, and the idea is you send your kids out in nature, which is feet.
Well,
like Opie.
I went to a very weird hippie longevity conference once in California where every single seat that we sat on in this conference room in Anaheim had a little pad on it that had an electrical current running in it.
For grounding.
For grounding, so that we would all be grounded as we sat in our little conference chairs and watched the presentation.
Did it make you feel more grounded?
No, not. I don't know.
You couldn't tell?
Couldn't tell.
Did the hair on your arm stand up? They scare the crap out of me.
Now we're talking about
food.
Vicious diarrhea, so it's not the same thing.
No, we're talking about a parasitic epidemic that's sweeping across 31 states.
Okay.
There's a map.
Would grounding help you with this? Probably not.
I don't think so. Washing your fruits and vegetables is what you got to do.
Sometimes when I'm really sick, I lay on the ground, of the bathroom.
I do that. Yeah.
Well, yeah, because it's cooler.
It's cooler down there, and
cooler
you're
the
closer
porcelain.
to what you need.
We've all been there.
But there's something in the ground that's supposed to make you feel a lot better.
Interesting.
I don't think it helps with cyclosporosa.
No.
Cyclospora.
Cyclospora and cyclosporosis is the effect it has on your body. That's the condition you find yourself unable to leave the bathroom and
I
join the cold
I got
porcelain.
norovirus once.
Oh yeah.
Ooh, that's a bad one.
I had horrific food poisoning one time.
Yeah.
From eating undercooked chicken wing.
Sure.
And I spent 4 days. I was supposed to be in Dublin at a radio event that we were broadcasting live from Dublin.
But you were Dublin over.
I was. Thank you very much. Thank you for getting me there. I missed the entire trip.
Really? Just on the toilet?
Yeah. No, I wish.
Nice bathrooms in Ireland?
I wish I would know. The one I was in was wonderful.
Yeah.
I was in the bathtub. It was that kind of bad.
You were in the bathtub?
Oh, yeah.
I wouldn't want to use it after you.
No, you wouldn't. I think they'd burn the whole hotel down after me.
It's horrible.
But foodborne illnesses can be very, very dangerous.
You should have tried grounding. You should have walked around with bare feet.
You should have tried cooking the chicken wings.
These symptoms sound a lot like listen to this. Let's see here. Loss of appetite. I'm going to say the word, even though it's
watery.
nasty. It's a nasty word.
Yeah.
Watery diarrhea. I don't want to say it.
Fluid loss, dehydration.
Loss of appetite, weight loss, dehydration. Yeah. Are you sure these people aren't just taking Ozempic?
I was going to tell you.
It's okay to joke because nobody's, it's just diarrhea.
Yeah,
but people take it
avoidable.
so serious.
Well, it's a horrible.
Just wash your fruit and vegetables.
Yeah, but people don't.
And go walk outside in the grass in the bare feet once in a while.
Get some grounding in your life.
Yes. It will cure what ails you.
Yeah.
Not this. Not cyclospora.
I tell you what, I had to get my food handler's license this month. Because we're doing that cook-off next weekend.
That's right.
Or this weekend over at Aegis.
Tell people about that.
Well, we're doing a cook-off at the Aegis Living Center in Ballard, and I'm going to prepare my favorite family recipe for all of you to try. And I know how to do it right because I had to pass the state's hygienic food preparation course.
Guaranteed.
I know what temperature to store food at. I know what temperature to cook food at. I know what temperature to serve food at. I know how to wash my hands.
Nice.
And use gloves.
You know what? They're like, why did you bring us up during a segment about this horrible thing?
Because you can trust me.
You can trust that it's not going to happen.
I'm licensed.
Yeah. How long did that take?
A couple hours.
Good for you.
A couple hours.
I remember doing that. One of my first jobs, I had to get food handler's permit. Very safe.
I sleep better at night.
Yeah,
my family does too.
Yeah. Not getting up every night, going to the bathroom all the time.
Right.
Good for you guys. Try grounding.
Okay.
And wash your hands.
Wash your hands. And rinse your vegetables. Rinse your fruits and vegetables.
And rinse your fruits and veg.
Yeah.
Just simple ways to improve your life.
You bet, buddy.
All right, last call coming up next. We got your text messages. Last call to get them in right now, 888-973-5476. We'll get to those when we get back. Stick around.
I was walking my dog. I fell and ended up with 3 tears in my meniscus. I was sent to a surgeon and they said the only way to get this fixed is to have surgery. That just wasn't an option. I didn't want to jump into surgery without trying anything else.
I'm Dr. Mark Shelley, a chiropractic neurologist at Sound Pain Solutions. We offer Jamie an alternative to the downtime and potential risks associated with invasive knee surgery. At Sound Pain Solutions, we help patients like Jamie avoid the side effects of painkillers, cortisone injections, and pain following surgery. Our comprehensive approach includes treatments like pressure wave, PRP, and advanced laser. These treatments reduce pain and restore mobility naturally. Now Jamie is able to do everything she enjoys without pain.
I'm grateful for being able to wake up every day and not be in pain. To be able to go about my day has been amazing.
Schedule a free consultation to learn if you qualify for our non-surgical and drug-free joint treatments at soundpainsolutions.com.
This is Justin Shirley, CEO of State Roofing and Exteriors. Our summertime savings event means 0 down, 0 payments, and 0 interest for up to 24 months, backed by our unbeatable warranties. Call 866-ROOF-ROOF or visit stateroofing.com today.
They call this one Bill.
Whoa, aliens? Am I in a spaceship?
Affirmative, Bill.
What's with the laser saw?
Relax. We are cutting our bill in half.
What?
An Xfinity mobile transmission says you can cut your bill in half.
Oh, your mobile bill, not me, Bill.
Xfinity Mobile also says we can try it free for a year. Free.
Yes, with no commitment. Can we put the saw away?
I am reluctant. But we will find another being to bisect.
That's not sci-fi. It's Xfinity Mobile. Xfinity Internet members cut your mobile bill in half. Plus, try Xfinity Mobile free for a year. No commitment. Learn more at xfinitymobile.com. Xfinity. Imagine that. Restrictions apply. Xfinity Internet required. Savings compares one line of Xfinity Mobile Select to comparable plans from T-Mobile, Verizon, and AT&T as of 3/24/26. Taxes, fees, extra. $30 monthly discount limited to new mobile customers only. After 12 months, regular rates apply.
Wow, Sarah, these window coverings are gorgeous. Did you guys do this yourself?
No way. It's all Hunter Douglas. My local expert came to our home, brought samples, and helped us see everything in our actual light, then measured perfectly and handled the installation.
If you're planning a remodel, moving into a new home, or simply ready to elevate how your space feels, Westco Blinds, your neighborhood Hunter Douglas expert, offers custom, beautifully crafted window treatments thoughtfully designed for life. Whether it's blinds, shades, shutters, or drapes, our products fit your windows perfectly. And with smart home options, you control the light and privacy with a tap or on schedule. Hunter Douglas window treatments are an investment in quality, backed by a lifetime limited warranty and ongoing support from your trusted local expert. Westco Blinds. Call now to schedule your free in-home design consultation. Call 206-285-5455, 206-285-5455, 206-285-5455.
Guys, did you know your testosterone affects everything in your system, including how you feel and perform every day? Right now, Revive Men's Health Seattle will check your testosterone for free. Knowing your T levels is the first step in understanding if you have low T. Your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED. Maintaining an appropriate T level can change your whole life. Most men start to see changes in their hormone levels in their 30s. Experience and results matter. So what are you waiting for? Get your T levels checked today by local, experienced, and trusted men's health experts. They've helped thousands of men since 2011. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Call Revive today and schedule your free testosterone test, free exam, and free consultation. Call Revive Men's Health at 206-529-1111. That's 206-529-1111. Or visit revivemenshealth.com.
Insulation rebates from PSE are at historic highs. American Crawl Space and Pest Services gave over $3 million in PSE insulation rebates last year, more than any contractor in Washington. Homeowners, business owners, and PSE trust American Crawl Space and Pest Services. Was your home built before 1990? Visit AmericanCrawl.com to see how much you can save on replacing your insulation.
American Crawl, the heroes you call.
Clutter happens. Let Closets by Design save the day. For a limited time, get 40% off plus an additional 15% off and 18 months 0% financing on approved credit if paid in full. Go to closetsbydesign.com or call 1-800-BY-DESIGN.
Think O'Reilly Auto Parts for all your car care needs. Get the parts and service you need fast from the professional parts people at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Spike O'Neill here. If your loved one's caregiver is planning a vacation or just needs a break, why not consider Aegis Living Respite Care? A short-term stay that provides 24/7 expert care, Aegis Living amenities, and peace of mind for you and your family. Go to aegisliving.com/spike to schedule a visit today.
There's a sink at the brink and a drain that's a pain.
DayandNight.net. Slow drain? Backed up toilet? Call Day and Night to save $100 off any drain cleaning.
Hi, I'm Bruce with Day and Night Plumbing and Heating. From a slow drain to a major backup, no drain is too big or too small. Whether we're your first choice or smart second opinion, I guarantee our experts will solve any drain problem, day or night.
Now get $100 off any drain cleaning.
DayandNight.net.
All right, welcome back to the show. Last call of your text. We got a lot of them. Let's just dive right in. Laura, why don't you start us off here?
On our little opening song, Mondays, Boy I Hate Mondays, Crystal in Tacoma says, I tune in every Monday just for the intro. Best part of the day.
Crystal, you are the best.
Do I remind people of the lore of that? Because I get questions about it a lot on the text line.
It's an old SNL bit. It's Will Ferrell and Garth Brooks. Garth Brooks plays in the bit, Garth Brooks plays like a down-and-out guitar player who makes a Faustian deal with the devil, that if he will just give him some inspiration for some good songs, then he will sell his soul. And it does not turn out the way you want. And also the devil discovers that it's very hard to write songs, which is how that song comes to be. And it's always made me laugh, and it's Monday, so... There you go. Thank you, Crystal.
I look forward to it every Monday as well.
Me too. I really do. It like puts us in a good mood, and it just feels fun. So
I was going to make it my ringtone for my alarm on my phone.
Yeah.
But no, I wanted to wait till I get here.
It's
us. It's here.
And we're paying it off every Monday. We enjoy it.
On local dim sum restaurant limiting their hours, we had that in the news today. Glennon Duvall says, I'm not sure the words Seattle and leadership can be used together in the same sentence. I wish that was a joke, but it's not.
It is crazy that a dim sum restaurant has decided that it's more profitable to run 2 days a week than to stay open for the entire week because conditions in the CID are so bad.
Yeah.
That's a disgrace for Seattle. All right, on the new Seahawks owner, Donna and Lacey says, may have already been covered, but wouldn't there be a conflict of interest in being part of an owner in two different NFL teams unless... He has to sell ownership percentage with the 49ers, which he does have to.
Yeah, he's going to. He's currently a 3% ownership share in the 49ers.
Mm-hmm.
His money is from venture
just to
capital.
get a taste.
Just to get his face in that
now
arena.
He's moving into the big leagues.
Yeah. And CJ in Bothell says, if the owner's kid's a putz and daddy puts him in charge, we could be in trouble, and I clean that up. CJ, from all accounts, both the father and the son are savvy businessmen with good heads on their shoulders.
I hope.
I've been through ownership where the kids take over. You know, that's what happened with the Irsay in Baltimore. Jimmy Irsay took over that club when his dad passed on.
Yeah.
And the Bidwell family did the same thing down in Arizona. And the Davis family did the same thing in now Vegas for the Raiders. You're right, CJ. It's a concern, but I don't think that's the case here.
It's probably not the case. CJ's concerns are probably not going to come to fruition. But I cannot help every single time I hear about like billionaire families to think about one of my favorite TV shows of all time and the fighting and the infight, all that stuff that happens behind closed doors in these super wealthy elite families. Can we pull this music down a second so I can play this theme song? Succession. Did you watch that on HBO?
Succession?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
It's very good. Just like, and it's based on the Murdochs who own Fox News and all of the different news organizations that Rupert Murdoch owns. But these families are tremendously wealthy, and oftentimes, I mean, that's obviously like the TV version.
Sure, it's trauma.
They're probably great.
Yeah,
but
knock wood.
There you go. That's all we can say. But
Seem like good folks to me, and they're richer than the beans.
Yes. On the attempted kidnapping of a baby at Pike Place, which is just a crazy story. The guy got $100,000 bail. That doesn't seem like enough. Brian in Marysville says, Jake, you're absolutely right. He wouldn't only have to deal with the dad, but most likely bystanders. Protecting my family and kids would be the only thing I'd be willing to go to jail for. Hear, Brian. Amen. Good for you.
On conspiracy theories after Lindsey Graham's sudden death, Tina in Seattle says there must be a whole cemetery full of people poisoned for being inconvenient to Russia.
It is a fascinating, scary thing to look into. If you want to dive down that rabbit hole, those conspiracy theories don't seem so crazy when you start doing a little research.
Steve in downtown Seattle says, actually, I'm on board with your conspiracy theory suspicions.
There you go. Yeah. Let's see here on dangerous zebras.
Cool.
What a ridiculous show we have. Stripes the zebra just sold for $96,000 at the Enumclaw Sales Pavilion.
I looked it up. This is true.
A real zebra?
The zebra Stripes from the movie. I don't know. What's the movie called? Googling. Hold on. Stripes the zebra.
The Enumclaw Sales? Did I miss a zebra for sale? I could have had
the
one.
movie is called Racing Stripes.
Okay,
it's a zebra that wants to be a racehorse.
Oh.
And he sold for $96,000.
Star.
And he's from Enumclaw?
Well, he sold in Enumclaw.
That's great. Good for him. That's a good price for a zebra.
That's for a full-size zebra? Adolfo in the 360 says, German colonial officers tried to domesticate zebras. They failed miserably. They're far too wild.
They are wild. Nature knew it, too, and it put them in prison outfits. On the bison attack, Kirk in Mount Vernon says, you can tell that it was mating season by the way he was rooting around the ground, and I would say at that time, no distance is safe.
No shirt is not flattering enough.
That's true for all male species. During mating season,
they don't care.
Keep a distance.
Yeah, amen.
Keep a distance.
Jenny in Mount Lake Terrace says, how do we know it's a male bison? It could be a female on her last straw.
Ooh. Well, Jenny can say that, but we can't. Jamestown,
and I can read it, but you can't.
Yeah, but we can't. Jamestown in Eastlake says, I've been also told that you shouldn't touch them because they tend to carry pathogenic diseases that are not easily cured, and it's not like you will die, but you could pass it on to your pets.
That's horrible.
Of course, I could be wrong, and the real reason why I was told that was to simply stay away from bison. The list of good reasons to stay away from bison is never ending.
Yeah, just stay away from bison. They can be very dangerous. All right, 360, the final one I'll end on, says 360 says these suspenders triggered the bison. LOL, I'm dying. Thank you guys so much. Super great show today. Was there another one here that tickled your fancy, Spike, in the last 10 seconds?
Moose NATO. They like that one. Big Al 360. Moose NATO. Somebody copyright that. It's genius.
Make a movie. All right. John Curley's coming up next. Thank you guys for hanging with us. We'll be back here tomorrow. It's going to be a ton of fun. We're off to a great start, guys. We can all pat ourselves on the back. Lots of fun. We'll see you back here tomorrow. Bye-bye.
KIRO News Radio, where you turn for the news you depend on.
A political shakeup for Democrats that represent Seattle.
Traffic.
Right now, Auburn to Renton at 25 minutes. That's a good 10-minute delay.
Conversation.
3 people on the floor can't cover 20 aisles of plexiglass. They're doing their best. It just doesn't work.
And your Super Bowl champion Seahawks.
And the party begins.
Broadcasting live from the KIRO News Radio YouTube channel. KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM.
Progressive knows you could have easily taken the freeway, but you took the scenic route to see a waterfall and an oddly busy boiled peanut stand. Discovering the unexpected is exactly why you bought an RV, so protect it with a bundle from Progressive. Because although you may be 3 hours behind schedule, you're 6 jars of jam richer and possibly enrolled in a butter churning workshop. Switch to Progressive and protect your RV, boat, or motorcycle by bundling with your home or auto insurance. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and third-party insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Summer's finally here, and we're kicking it off with a whole lot of free. Free brake pads with Duralast rotors. Free oil filter with 5 quarts of oil. Free Armor All wipes with Armor All glass cleaner, and more. More free, so you can have more summer. Celebrate free at AutoZone. Now through July 27th. Restrictions apply.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Rick was experiencing some pain in his knee.
Once I retired and really just golfed constantly, I think it kind of exacerbated.
It was getting to be too much for him.
It got to the point where I just almost couldn't sleep. I wanted to try anything to avoid surgeries.
So instead, he decided to see Dr. Mark Wagner, MD, at Seattle Sports and Regenerative Medicine for stem cell therapy.
I talked to him and he said, well, Rick, it's a new knee or we do the stem cell.
Since the procedure, Rick is back doing what he loves to do.
Here I am, golfing and enjoying it.
And now it's not just his knee. Rick has had stem cell treatment for both of his shoulders, his hip, and...
He did my thumbs.
So whether it's a hip like I had or a shoulder, knee, and thumb like Rick, before choosing surgery, see Dr. Mark Wagner first. He's the most experienced in the Northwest with over 20,000 stem cell procedures. Go to drmarkwagnermd.com.
Healthcare costs are rising, and a major driver is hospital prices. They've increased more than 250% over the past 25 years. Families and local businesses are feeling it. At Primera Blue Cross, we're working to change that by negotiating with hospitals to secure fair, responsible prices so you can get the care you need at a cost you can afford. That's coverage that counts. Learn more at coveragethatcounts.primera.com.
Jane Dawson did something smart. She saved hundreds on auto insurance switching to Progressive. With the money she saved, she got herself a pricey bird feeder with an ultra-high-def camera. Should Jane have just bought a regular bird feeder? Yes. Is it hard for her to admire nature when the camera doubles as the bird's potty? Also, yes. But it's Jane's savings, and if she wants to spend her time watching the digestive habits of the white-breasted nuthatch, we say you go, girl. Switch and see if you could save with Progressive and treat yourself. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
The sounds of summer. They're great until... they're not. Luckily, AutoZone has free battery testing and charging.
Let me check that for you.
To help make a rough moment smooth. Don't miss the Celebrate Free event at AutoZone. Free products with select deals until July 27th. And free services every day. Restrictions apply.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Hey, how's your money situation? Are you ready for retirement? Well, if you want to know what the pros are doing to make wealth multiply and retire like royalty,